All right, folks, let's do this one last time. Welcome in, everyone, to a bittersweet season finale of Lions Watch Along here as we get set for Week 18, Lions at Bears, a game that holds little meaning for the Lions, holds a little bit of meaning for the Chicago Bears as they get set for a playoff run where they will host a playoff game next weekend. We just have to figure out who they will play next weekend. So one last time, let's sit down and watch a Lions game together, folks. So welcome in, everyone. I see Justin already in the chat. Yesterday was my birthday. I turned 36 years old. Happy birthday, Justin. I want the Lions win today for a late birthday wish. Well, that would be a good way to end the season for sure. Hopefully the Lions can just show signs of life. But happy birthday, Justin, to you. Hope you had a good time there as you turn 36, and hopefully the Lions will give you a bit of a birthday present today. We'll see. So we've got a couple things on the line. Number one, where the Lions are going to where their draft pick will fall in the NFL draft. They are currently slotted to be somewhere between the 13th and 17th pick. If they lose, obviously they'll be on the lower end of that. If they win, they'll probably be 17th. They are guaranteed to finish last in the NFC North after a Vikings win over the Packers earlier. So that's that. The Falcons won, which helps the Lions. The Carolina Panthers win the NFC South, so the Lions obviously leapfrog them. I don't know if they leapfrog the Falcons. I don't think that they don't leapfrog the Bucs because they beat the Bucs earlier this year. The Colts were unable to get it done. That would have helped the Lions. They could have leapfrogged the Colts. And the Cowboys, if they had beat the Giants, the Lions could have jumped them. But unfortunately, those some of those results didn't go the Lions' way. So we got a good balance of things going the Lions' way versus not going their way. So the Lions, with a loss today, would probably select 14th or 15th in the draft. So much better pick than they've had in recent years. And what else? For the Bears, if the Bears win, then they are going to be the 2 seed in the NFC, and they will host the Packers next week. If they lose and the Eagles win, the Eagles would pass the Bears, and the Eagles would host the Packers, and the Bears would host either the Niners or Rams, depending on the results of Rams-Cardinals this afternoon as well. So a couple things on the line there. Caleb Williams is also, I got to check exactly how far away he is, but Caleb Williams has a chance to become the first 4,000-yard passer in Chicago Bears history. He currently has 3,730 yards on the season, so he needs 270 passing yards in this one to become the Bears' first 4,000-yard passer, so that's what I'm watching for. Don't let him hit that. If you're going to get beat, let the Bears run all over you, but please, for the love of God, don't let Caleb Williams hit 4,000 yards. That's all we are focused on today. Kickoff is just a few moments away, folks. So let's get ready to rumble here. We are probably about 2-3 minutes. I see Millhouse in here saying, let's go. Let's go. How are we doing today, folks? How are we doing? This is, this is tough, man. It is tough. The Lions have won the toss, and they will elect to start with the ball. So the Lions up on offense first. So this from Eric Schlitt. If the Lions win today, they will pick either 16th or 17th, likely. If they lose, they will probably pick either 13th or 14th. So not a major difference, but it is a difference. And obviously, in this case, if you're going to miss the playoffs, you want your draft pick to be as high as possible. So we'll see where the Lions fall. But one last time, no Penei Sewell in this one. First game Sewell's missed in a while. I don't know, when is the last? Has Sewell even? Let me search that up real quick. Penei Sewell, in his career, I can't even see. When's the last time he missed? It doesn't matter. Anyways, the Lions are out, so Sewell's not playing today. Who are the other inactives? Aleem McNeil is out. So Mekhi Wingo, hopefully we can get a few reps for him. Where are the inactives? Alex Anzalone is inactive. could have possibly been his last game as a Lion last week on Christmas. Coyote Awashika's out. Thomas Harper is out. So we'll see. We'll see, folks, as the Bears are getting set to kick this one away. So for the final time this season, the game is underway and the kick is away, and that'll be fielded at the 11, returned up to the 15, to the 20, up to the 25, to the 28-yard line. The Lions will start on offense with 14:54 to go. Let's go, folks. Let's go. The Lions in their all-white jerseys. Now, Dan Campbell coming into this game said that he really wants the run game to get going, the offensive line to play better, and this is about setting the tone for the offseason. It'd be so funny if we beat the Bears here. Also, hello, welcome in. And so 1st and 10 for the Lions. Goff under center, Gibbs is the back. St. Brown in motion. Goff going to take the snap, going to give it to Gibbs off the right side. Gibbs cuts back. Now he cuts up the middle, weaving through traffic, and he's going to pick up 3, maybe 4 yards on that play. And we are underway, folks. We are underway. So the Lions offensive line, they have 4 out of 5 pieces healthy. Chris Hubbard is starting at right tackle today. What could possibly go wrong with that? I want to see 1,000 Isaac TeSlaa targets, man. 14, 23, 22, 21 to go for those who want to sync up your feeds as the Lions have their tight ends in motion. 14, 16 to go. Goff under center. Gibbs is the back. 2 tight ends in the game. Goff going to take the snap and give it to Gibbs off the left side. Gibbs cuts up the middle. He's going to... he's unable to escape that tackle from Bayard. And that'll be a gain of 4. That'll set up 3rd and short here. So how are we doing today, people? How are we doing? How are we feeling about the Lions? How are we feeling about this game? How are we feeling about just the team going into the offseason? CJ Gardner-Johnson, old friend out there for the Bears. If he gets an interception today, I'm going to be very sad. 3rd and 2, Montgomery checks into the game. TeSlaa in motion. Gibbs is still in the game, but he's flexed out wide. He's playing slot. Goff in the gun, Montgomery to his left. He's going to take the snap. Goff has time, throws it, and it is caught. Amon-Ra St. Brown. He is at the line to gain. Are they going to give it to him? He was close. He caught the ball past the stick, but the Bears defender let him kind of slide back towards the line to gain. Just having fun watching your stream at work, not really worried about a loss. Oh, well, that's kind of... thank you. I appreciate that. Glad you could come hang out. Was it a first down? Yes, it was a first down. Okay, so 12:51, 50 to go. Goff in the gun, Gibbs to his left. Goff going to take the snap here, looking to throw, looking right, now looking left, now throws over the middle. It's caught. Isaac TeSlaa inside the 45, down to the 44 of the Bears. That's what we want to see. Give me all the Isaac TeSlaa catches in the world. Great progression by Goff as TeSlaa running a dig route there. Nice play. Nice play. Good blocking up front, too. Love to see it. This needs to be a game where TeSlaa has 100 yards. Come on. He has to have 8 or 10 targets, as there is a stoppage in play as Christian Mahogany is leaving the game with an injury. Well, that's unfortunate, but an injury-riddled year for Mahogany, so Miles Frazier will check in at left guard, presumably. Is it his left hand? Finger? Wrist? Oh, no, it is Miles Frazier at left guard now, the rookie. So 2 rookies at guards now. Goff under center. Man in motion is TeSlaa. Goff. It's going to be a play-action fake to Gibbs. Goff under pressure, just lofts it, and it is caught. Jamison Williams down to the 30. Man draped all over him, but Williams makes a nice contested catch. What have I told you guys all season, man? When the ball hits J-Mo in the chest, he catches it. Just plain and simple, he catches it. So good catch by Williams. Wright was all over him, but good ball by Goff as well under pressure. So 1st and 10, Lions moving the ball effectively on this first drive as Williams continues a good season for him. Goff. Oh, no, it's Wildcat. Montgomery in the gun with Gibbs to his right. David Montgomery takes the snap, gives it to Gibbs up the middle. Gibbs exploding up the middle for a gain of 9. Great acceleration by Gibbs there. And the Lions will pick up 9 more yards there. There is an 80% chance that David Montgomery is throwing a pass today. The Lions have used that Wildcat look so much this season. And obviously Montgomery has a touchdown out of it from that Bengals game. But that was so long ago that I would, David Montgomery's throwing a pass today. I would bet that 2 non-quarterbacks throw the ball today, Montgomery and Jack Fox. As I formation for the Lions here, Gibbs in motion, Montgomery is the back. Goff gives it to Montgomery, and he's going to plow forward. He might have gained the yard that he needed, and I think he did. They'll give him a first down there, and the Lions have a fresh set of downs just outside the red zone. 1st and 10. Yep. 10:32, 31, 30 to go in this one, or in this first quarter. Good, productive opening drive for the Lions. Montgomery is the back in the backfield. Gibbs is still out there as a wide receiver. Goff in the gun. Montgomery to his left. He's going to take the snap. Has time. Goff waiting. Dumps it off over the middle. Caught. Jameson Williams breaks out of a tackle, and he's going to pick up a first down. Jameson Williams, he breaks out of that tackle and just kind of stumbles forward for a first down. But good play by Waymo. Just a little kind of spacing concept in the middle. And TJ Edwards unable to bring him down. Goff got hit as he... Oh, Goff was calling for a roughing the passer. Didn't get it. So, did they give him a first down, or is it going to be 2nd and short? I don't know. No, they're going to say that he was a yard short. So, it's going to be 2nd and 1 for the Lions here. Inside the red zone at this point. I said coming into this game, the biggest thing for Chicago is the Bears just need to show some improvement on defense going into the playoffs, because they generate turnovers like nobody's business, but they on a down-to-down, like in terms of the yardage they allow, they just need to get a little bit sharper, man. As I'm not quite sure what the stoppage is for. So frustrating that if we had won one of the last 3, we would still have playoff hopes. Yeah, well, that's the way she goes. That's the way she goes. Now play is going to resume. Why did they stop the game? Okay, I'm not even going to question it. Welcome in, by the way, Gene. So Goff, and the clock stopped again. What is going on? Why is the game stopped? Mahogany's back in, by the way, at left guard. What is going on? Twitter, answer something for me. What is happening? Is something to do with the chain gang? With the virtual measurement system? Because it looked like they were setting up the manual. I don't know. 2nd and 1 for the Lions now. Now the clock's moving. Goff in the gun. Gibbs motions to his right. Bears showing a little bit of pressure on 2nd and 1 here. Goff takes the snap. Looking to throw. Dumps it off to the tight end Ferkser. He's going to lose like 4 yards. Just a horrible play. Lions try to get cute with the tight end screen. You've been moving the ball effectively when you're just playing simple north-south football. What is this? You don't have a tackle out there to block. Ratledge is unable to get out there in time. That's just a horrible play. So now it's going to set up a 3rd and medium here for the Lions. 3rd and 6. 8:59, 58, 57 to go. Goff. Gibbs to his left. Williams in motion. Goff. Blitz. Bears showing blitz, and the Lions will not get the snap off, and they're going to call their first timeout of the half. So some sort of miscommunication there from the Lions. But it is what it is. What was happening there with the chain gang? No one feels like answering that one. All right. Oh, well. What can you do, folks? What can you do? I'm being shown a progressive ad with Teddy Bridgewater in it, Lions legend. So 3rd and 6. Let's see if the Lions can generate anything or if this drive is going to stall out. Come on, fellas. Goff in the gun, Gibbs to his right. You got a bunch to Goff's left. Bears showing a little bit of pressure. St. Brown going to motion in. Goff takes the snap. Has time, dumps it off. St. Brown, incomplete. Great play by Jaquan Brisker to break up that throw to St. Brown. That would have been right at the line to gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 6, and the Lions will presumably kick a field goal. St. Brown beats Gardner-Johnson on the play, but yeah, just great play by Brisker. Great closing speed. Everyone and their mother knows that on key downs, Jared Goff is going to target St. Brown. So a 34-yard attempt for Jake Bates. He's lining this one up. You want to fake a field goal for me? Nope. Lions will keep it simple. Bates will put that one up and through. So the Lions open the scoring. Pretty decent opening drive. They take 6 minutes and 25 seconds to go down the field, and they get points. Could be worse. That 2nd and 1 screen haunts me. But oh well. Now, unlike most games or most weeks this season, especially when the Lions have been in the afternoon window, we actually have a ton of NFL action going on at the same time. There are 7 games in this late afternoon window here. So we've got Lions, Bears, we've got Dolphins, Patriots, Rams, Cardinals, Commanders, Eagles, Jets, Bills, Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, Broncos. Now, Bills already up 7-0 on the Jets. No Josh Allen in that one. Rams up 3-0 on the Cardinals. That is going to be important for playoff positioning between the Niners and Rams. We got Patriots, Dolphins. Patriots are still fighting to be in contention for the 1 seed. However, that would require a Chargers loss, and the Chargers are starting Trey Lance at quarterback. So Broncos are likely going to be the 1 seed in the AFC, but we will still monitor it, and obviously we'll monitor Eagles, Commanders, because that will also impact where the Bears are going to finish. The Bears control their own destiny to an extent here, but, well, entirely. However, the Eagles can still leapfrog them, so just things to keep an eye on as the playoff picture takes full shape. And then from a Lions standpoint, who are we cheering for in this afternoon window? We're cheering for the... Actually, I don't think any afternoon games impact the Lions here. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we're just cheering for the Ravens tonight. That's the big one. We're cheering for the Ravens tonight, and everything else has already kind of sorted itself. So, yeah. I guess strength of schedule can be impacted, but Anthony's saying, I'm going to be a Bills fan now. Well, I mean, Josh Allen's certainly quite exciting, so that'll be interesting. So how are we feeling about the playoffs, guys? Who are we feeling? Because this is, I'm going to make a video this week about how wide open the playoff picture is this year, because this truly feels like a year with no Super Bowl favorites. Next year is our year. I hope so. Horrible? Okay. Well, I mean more like, who do you think's going to win, Anthony? Not how you feel about it. My bad. That's my bad. Are you going to stream any playoffs? Yes, Gene. I am going to stream a couple of playoff games. Not every game, but assuming if we get a Bears-Packers game, I absolutely will stream that. And I think my plan is to stream 2, maybe 3 of the wildcard games, 2 of the divisional games, and both conference championship games. And I'll have weekly content going up that'll be more generalized as the kick is being returned up to the 20 to the 25, and he'll be stopped at the 26-yard line. My plan is to do weekly content. So this week I'm going to have a video breaking down the playoff picture and kind of doing a playoff preview. Next week I'll do kind of a wild card recap and a divisional round preview. Then after the divisional round, I'll preview the conference championships, and then I'll do a Super Bowl preview as well. And I'll sprinkle in some Lions videos in there. I'll probably sprinkle in a Lions video at some point, just about like what was so wrong and previewing the offseason. But going to do some more general NFL content over the next few weeks. As Williams is in the gun with Swift lined up to his left to start this drive. Williams going to take the snap, looking to throw. Blitz coming. Williams dumps it off to the right side, caught. Colston Loveland will pick up 7, maybe 8 yards on first down. Man, Caleb Williams has a really strong arm, man. The way he can zip the ball out, he has such good control of his velocities. His accuracy is a little all over the place sometimes, but man, in terms of just pure arm talent, that kid's good. As Williams is under center now, jumbo package for the Bears, Swift in the backfield. Lions, all kinds of bodies on the defensive line as Williams tosses it to Swift. He's going to be met in the backfield, but spins out of a tackle and then gets met at the line of scrimmage, but he will fall forward for a yard. So it'll be 3rd and short here as it was Lacey getting into the backfield, but Swift was able to spin out of that. Oh no, Roy Lopez, got in the backfield, but Swift span out of that. Panthers Super Bowl champs. Oh man, the 8-9 Panthers. Love to see an 8-9 team make the playoffs. Unironically, I love to see that. So 3rd and 1 here, 7:25, 24, 23 to go in the first. Williams under center again. Swift is the back again. Man in motion is Loveland. Williams going to give it to Swift off the right side. Lot of room. DeAndre Swift break. Oh, he almost breaks it, but Thomas is able to trip him up after a gain of 6, possibly 7. Probably going to be Patriots, Rams, Broncos, Seahawks, or 49ers. That is so many teams. If the 49ers win, I'm smashing my phone. But yeah, those are the teams I think will win. Who do you want to see in the Super Bowl? Want to see? I like the Broncos, so I'd want to see the Broncos. And out of the NFC, I mean, the Rams or Niners are the most entertaining because the Niners have no defense, and the Rams are just really talented. 1st and 10 here, Williams under center. Swift is the back. 2 tight ends in the game for the Bears. Williams takes the snap, gives it to Swift off the left side. He's going to get met at the line of scrimmage by Hutchinson, and he'll fall forward for a gain of 2 or 3. So I would like to see, I think the most entertaining matchup, I think, would be Rams-Bills. The matchup I would want to see, the matchup I want to see is probably anybody with the Panthers, because that'd be funny. 2nd and 7 now. Williams under center. A couple guys in motion. Swift still the back. Williams changing the play at the line. Lions have a ton of bodies on that line once again. Takes the snap. Gives it to Swift off the right side. Lot of room. Swift breaks it to the outside. 1st down. That'll be a gain of 8 or 9 as DeAndre Swift with a 1st down run there. Yep. The Bears might run for 300 yards today. Just no setting the edge by the Lions there. Who's on the edge? Is it Barnes or Davenport? I think it's Barnes. And Loveland Barnes unable to set the edge there. It's not an edge, man. 1st and 10, Williams. Munungai checks in for Swift now. Williams under center. Jumbo package again. It's given the Lions so many problems this season. Williams, man in motion is Loveland, takes the snap, tosses it to Munungai off the right side. He's going to be met in the gap by Jack Campbell. He'll gain 2 yards on that play, but very strong play by Jack Campbell, the Pro Bowler, and a man that honestly could be an All-Pro this year. Faded a little bit down the stretch, but Jack Campbell has had an incredible season. Absolutely spectacular. Seeing a lot of Roy Lopez to start this game. DJ Reader maybe getting a little bit of a veteran rest to close out the season. Williams in the gun, Munungai to his right. 4:36, 35, 34. Now they motion into pistol. Munungai in the backfield. Williams takes the snap, gives it to Munungai. He's going to be met in the backfield, and that's going to be a loss. Tyleik Williams, the rookie defensive tackle, makes a good play, penetrates into the backfield, and gets a TFL. I know a lot of people are disappointed with Tyleik this season. Part of that is a misunderstanding of what he is. Part of that is he hasn't been good enough. But that's a good play there. We've needed to see more plays like that. He has 1 sack this season, but that's a good TFL. 3rd and 9, Williams in the back or in the gun with Munungai to his left. Williams takes the snap. Williams going to dump it off to Monangai. It's incomplete. They were trying to set up a little bubble screen, and that's going to go nowhere. So the Lions defense gets a stop as the Bears, they take like 5 minutes off the clock, just purely, almost 6 minutes, just purely running the football, essentially. And the Lions are going to get off the field here. Very curious. I know Ben Johnson is trying to press the advantage that he has in the trenches, but a little too much there, Benny. A little too much. Watch us win this game, and it's going to be so useless. I actually think this game internally for the Lions organization and for the guys in that locker room, it definitely means more to them than it does to us. As the punt is away, it'll be fielded at the 11. Raymond's going to return it up to the 15, up to the 20, up to the 22-yard line. Good job by Khalif Raymond, just sneaking a few extra yards there. We're looking at this game and saying this game is meaningless, but it impacts our draft position. The Lions are looking at this game being like, we've had a horrible season. We've got to reestablish our culture, and we do that through winning with our brand of football. So in the building, it does mean more to the Lions, and it means more to Dan Campbell and such, but I've seen people say we need to fire Kelvin Shepherd. What do you think? I don't know enough about defense. I think Dan Campbell needs to reevaluate his defensive philosophies. I think Kelvin Shepherd is a smart young coach that is he's just a younger Aaron Glenn, right? Aaron Glenn was brought in because he mimicked the principles defensively that Dan Campbell wanted to install. And Kelvin Shepherd was kept and promoted because he was a continuation of that. I think the defensive principles Dan Campbell values are flawed, and I think that Campbell needs to reevaluate the way he wants his teams to play defense. I don't think that necessarily means Shepherd needs to go. I wouldn't be opposed to Shepherd being fired, but I wouldn't want to hire another young coordinator. Like, if you're going to stay with a young coordinator, you might as well just keep Shep and reshape some things on defense. But if you're going to do a full, reset of what the defense is, then I would bring in a veteran, former head coach that can just run their own defense, has their own principles. So I'm very curious to see what Campbell said he was talking on doing his weekly radio hits that he doesn't necessarily, he loves Kelvin Shepherd. He didn't commit to him in terms of he didn't guarantee that he would be here next year. It's going to be a long evaluation process, I think. Campbell has to delve into everything, and he's not going to do that until after the season. But at the same time, if it were me, I would strongly consider it. The defense, you can't bring back the defense the exact same way next year. His talent as a DC showed against the Buccaneers. Yeah. And against the Ravens too, I know they gave up 30 points, but he did a great job bottling up Lamar Jackson still. So I think Kelvin Shepherd is a smart guy, and I think with a couple tweaks to the defense, I think it could be good. I don't think it'll ever be great, but it could be good. 1st and 10 for the Lions, 3:39 to go in the first quarter. Goff going to start under center. Montgomery is the back. Goff going to fake it to Montgomery, tosses outside to Williams. Jameson Williams caught, and he's going to gain about 8 yards on that little quick screen. Kind of a smoke screen there. Jameson Williams already a couple catches in this one. So 2nd and 2, 3:09, 3:08, 3:07 to go. Montgomery still the back. Goff under center, 2 tight ends in the game. Goff, man in motion is Ferkser. He's going to toss to Montgomery off the right side, cuts it back. Montgomery lowers the shoulder, picks up the first down, and falls forward for a gain of 4. Good, tough running by Montgomery. Man, I want to see more Montgomery in this game too. It's really a shame how little they've used this guy this year because, man, Montgomery's really good. He's really good. And I hope that part of the fixing the run game involves using Montgomery more. I know how good Gibbs is, but sometimes Montgomery's better. He's better against physical. He's better at being a physical contact runner and between the tackles. Amari's saying, what up, Amari? How you doing? Goff going to take the snap, fakes it to Montgomery, play action. Goff under pressure, steps up, gets hit, gets sacked. Montez Sweat and... who's that guy? And someone. Get to Goff. Was it Mahogany that got beat? Yeah, Christian Mahogany. Oh, my Lord. Mahogany just gets absolutely pantsed on that play, but Graham Glasgow also is doing nothing. Like the interior of the offensive line, man. Goff with Montgomery to his right. Bears showing pressure. 2nd and 15 takes the snap. They bail out. Goff has time. Throws it over the middle. Caught. St. Brown. He'll pick up 7 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and longish. I'm on a date in like 5, so I won't be able to check in for the rest of the game. But pummel the Bears, I trust. Fins up. Best of luck to you on your date. Hope it goes well. And thanks for stopping by and saying hi. 3rd and 9, so it's again a 6 for St. Brown there. 1:11, 1:10 to go in the first quarter. Bears showing pressure again. St. Brown in motion. I think the Bears are actually going to blitz this time. Goff takes the snap. Blitz coming. Quick throw. Caught. St. Brown. First down. Slips away from a tackle. And now he's going to get hit up at the 48-yard line. The Lions 48, but that's a first down for the Lions. St. Brown beats C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I don't know why the Bears think C.J. Gardner-Johnson is going to cover Amon-Ra in man coverage, but please keep doing it. By the way, fantastic blitz pickup by the Lions there. The Bears sent the house. They sent 7 or 8 rushers, and the Lions were ready for it. The offensive line, the tight ends, the backs, they were all ready for it, and they did a good job keeping Goff upright. So 1st and 10 up to the 48. Goff under center. Montgomery is the back still. This will be the last play of the first quarter. Goff takes the snap. Fakes it to Montgomery. Now he throws over the middle. It's dropped by Jamison Williams. Okay, I lied. It won't be the last play of the first quarter because J-Mo dropped it. J-Mo on the shallow cross. He would have had at least a first down, probably a gain of 15. That's tough, man. Goff leaves it a little... No, he doesn't. That needs to be a catch. Come on, J-Mo. You're better than that. Goff... jumping in frustration? Question mark. So 13 seconds to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 now. Man, Bears got a lot of guys near the line of scrimmage. Goff in the gun. Takes the snap. Blitz coming. Throws it outside. It's caught. St. Brown. First down. And he'll pick up a couple extra yards. That'll be a gain of 12 for the Lions. And that will be the last play of the first quarter. So the Lions up 3-0, and they're moving the ball on offense as we get set for the second quarter. So far, so good. So far, so good. What else? Let's check in around the league. What's happening? Patriots up 14-0. Both Travion and Ramondre getting into the end zone. I'm shocked Drake May is even playing in this game. Ramondre is 3 for 67. He has a 56-yard run. That's crazy. Rams and Cardinals deadlocked at 3. Is Stafford playing? He is. Okay, Rams. Eagles and Commanders deadlocked at 0. Jets and Bills still 7-0. Chiefs up 3-0 on the Raiders. The Raiders got locked into the number 1 overall pick. So regardless of the result today, they will pick first overall. The Chiefs can impact their own draft spot. The Broncos are up 10-0 on the Chargers as Trey Lance threw a pick 6. Oof. So the Broncos inching closer to clinching the AFC. They could have a 14-win season, man. Wow. Wow. So the Broncos are going to win the AFC. The Patriots are going to be the 2 seed with 14 wins. Texans won, so they're 12-5. They are going to play the AFC North winner. The Chargers, assuming they lose, it's probably going to be Chargers, Patriots next week. And then Bills, Jaguars. Man, those are some fascinating matchups in the AFC. Fascinating matchups that honestly I wasn't expecting. It's going to be an interesting year, man. That's man, the playoffs are going to be so fun. They're going to be so fun. I cannot remember a year that was this wide open with no Super Bowl favorites, like true Super Bowl favorites. Because like going into last year, the Chiefs had 15 wins. Everyone knew the Chiefs were the favorites in the AFC. The Lions, you could argue, were one of the favorites, but the Eagles, no one was surprised, right? The year before that, it was Chiefs and Niners, the two favorites in each conference. The year before that, it was what, Chiefs and, or would it have been Chiefs Eagles again? Like, there's been favorites every. I think the last time we had a Super Bowl, like a kind of fresh Super Bowl, would have been Rams Bengals. But even then, that took the Bengals upsetting the favorites and the Chiefs. So it's going to be a great year, man. Start the second quarter. Goff under center. Montgomery is the back, and he's going to give it to Montgomery. It's a trick play. Double reverse lateral. Goff throws it down the right side. It gets deflected. Oh, well, the guy wasn't open anyways. The guy wasn't open anyways. Goff tried to force it to Ferkser, and Ferkser was blanketed by by Edmonds there. Tremaine Edmonds, not TJ Edwards. JMO looked a little more open, but unless there was another guy down there, it didn't look like there was, as Hubbard just unable to block his guy for an extra second. So one trick play failed. 2nd and 10 now. Gibbs checks into the game. Goff in the gun. Gibbs to his left. Bears, a lot of guys on the line again. Goff takes the snap. He's going to, well, he's moving around the pocket. Now he throws it. It's caught. Jameson Williams. He backs up. Williams cuts back to the middle. 1st down and more. Down to the 27-yard line goes Jameson Williams. He's having himself a half of football right now. Good stuff by JMO. He already has 42 yards. Love to see it. Love to see it. This could easily be like an 8 or 9 catch game for JMO. His career high is 7 in a game. He has 4 2 plays into the second quarter. So keep it going, man. Keep it going. I want to see Tesla get involved more, but as long as JMO's on the field, you can throw to him as well. Goff under center. Montgomery is the back once again. Goff gives it to Montgomery off the right side. Montgomery with room, weaving through his blocks, and he's going to pick up 5 on that play. Lions are doing a good job. Oh, there is a flag down, though. We got some laundry. The first flag of the game is going to go against the Lions. I assume that was a holding. They kind of cut to that late. So I'm just going to have to assume it was a holding on Tate Ratledge because he's the one on camera. Let's see here. And that is, in fact, a holding. That is, in fact, a holding. It's not the most egregious tug, but that is a tug. So that's going against Tate Ratledge. I will say Ratledge has gotten a lot better down the stretch, but up and down rookie year, he's a capable starter. He hasn't developed into as good of a guard as I was hoping by this point, but is what it is. So 1st and 20, Raymond in motion. They toss it to Montgomery off the right side. Montgomery cuts it back up the middle, lowers the shoulder, and he's going to pick up a good chunk of that lost yardage. And that'll bring up 2nd down from the Bears 30. So it'll be about 2nd and 13. 13, 26, 25, 24 to go in this one. We got 11 of you in here. Hit like, hit subscribe, folks. Goff in the gun. Montgomery to his left. Goff takes the snap. Looking over the middle. Caught. Ferkser. Down to the 23-yard line. 24-yard line, rather. So going to be a gain of 6. That'll set up 3rd and 7. We got 11 of you in here. How are we all feeling? How are we all feeling? About the Lions, about the Bears, about the playoffs, about everything. About Week 18. As the Lions back in field goal range. If they're able to get a 1st down here, they can keep draining some time. But what trades do you think the Lions are going to make over the offseason? Ooh. Give me a second to think about that as we hit 3rd and 7 here. Goff in the gun, Monty to his right. Takes the snap. Goff looking, throwing left. It's caught. St. Brown, 1st down inside the 15. Chicago, CJ Gardner-Johnson is not going to be able to cover Amon-Ra St. Brown in man coverage. Stop trying it. Just stop it. What trades? Ooh. Now, I'm assuming, Keaton, that you are wanting the Lions to trade for like a Max Crosby or do like some sort of splash move. That won't happen. Do I think they're going to make any trades? I don't know if they're going to make any trades, to be honest. I'm trying to think who they would trade. As Goff is in the gun with Gibbs lined up to his left. 1st and 10 from the 12. Takes the snap. Looking to throw. Goff throws it outside. Batted down by TJ Edwards. Because who would they trade from their roster? I can't really think of anyone. Who would they trade for? You sound mad that the Bears are playing bad defense. Honestly, I am. Because, let's be honest, if the Bears play the Packers next week, I'm going to be cheering against the Packers because FTP forever. But also just like as a neutral observer, this is the number one weakness the Bears have, is they give up too much yardage and their secondary is not good. And they keep doing stupid things. Is Goff going to fake it to Montgomery, rolling out left? Goff on the move, throws it to the end zone, incomplete. Heard rumors about Monty for Crosby. That is never happening. Why would the Raiders do that? I'm assuming the Lions would... Okay, let's play the scenario where the Lions have 2 first-round picks. Why would the Raiders want Montgomery? They just drafted Ashton Genty to be an all-purpose back. They have no need for him. I do think the Raiders might be stupid and trade Crosby. The Lions can't afford him, though. The Lions could have afforded him like 2 years ago, before Hutchinson got his big deal, before McNeil got his big deal, but now the Lions have to save that money for their own guys. 3rd and 10, Goff in empty. Alone in the gun. 3rd and 10, Goff takes the snap. Looking left. Now looks over the middle, under pressure, steps up in the pocket, throws to the back of the end zone, incomplete. Hits a security guard in the back. So the Lions stall out in the red zone again. Okay, you know what? I was giving the Bears defense I was slandering them a little bit, but that's 2 drives that you hold in the red zone. Ooh, I think the play was Tesla. Tesla was breaking open over the top of Goff. Oh, Tesla's open. No. Oh, well. So, 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the second quarter, Jake Bates will line up a 30-yard attempt. And that kick is up and through. So the Lions take a 6-0 lead. They've had 2 long drives that have stalled out when they need them the most. But that's pretty par for the course. So yeah, I think the Raiders might trade Crosby. The reason if I was the Raiders, I wouldn't, because if we're playing, like, my philosophy is the Raiders have some star players in place. They have Max Crosby. I think Ashton Genty is capable of being a star running back, and Brock Bowers is a superstar tight end. You have a couple of stars in place. The problem is the supporting cast. Most of the team just sucks, and the coaching sucks. But if you are, it's a lot easier to find a supporting cast than it is to find superstars. So if you're the Raiders, I would 100% just be drafting. Like, it's a lot easier to find starting caliber players in the draft than it is superstars, even though they have the number 1 pick. I would trade the number 1 pick. I would trade down for a team that's really desperate for a QB, because I think there's 3 QBs at the top that can work in the right situation. I don't think any of them are clear-cut number 1 guys. So I would trade down for a team that feels really strongly. Maybe one of them feels really strongly about Mendoza. And I would trade down, accumulate an extra first round next year. I think it's a lot easier to rebuild the Raiders than people give them credit for. The Raiders are a mess right now, but it's because their management sucks. You get a new GM in there, you get a new coach in there, you do get a young QB, but just get a supporting cast, man. Spend some money in free agency, build up the offensive line so that Gino or whoever is going to be a quarterback next season isn't just under siege every play. You got Bowers, you got a couple of okay receivers, but you definitely need to draft another one. But keep your stars. Keep your stars at all cost. If Crosby wants out, that's a different conversation. Like, if Crosby comes out as like, I want to trade, that's different. But Max Crosby's been so loyal to that franchise that if you come to him and say, hey, this is our plan for how we're going to get better, I think you can talk him into staying. But it's the same thing with Myles Garrett, right? Like, these superstars, they're loyal to the city as long as there's a chance to win in the future. They will endure a rebuild if you have an actual plan. If you're just bad on accident, like the Bears or like the Browns have been for so many years, like the Raiders have been for so many years, that's when frustration leaks in. But if you rebuild with a purpose, then those superstars are a lot more inclined to stay. So we'll see, man. The Raiders are going to be fascinating to watch next year. Or sorry, this offseason. I don't know. How do you guys feel? Obviously, if now again, the Lions can't afford Max Crosby. So where do you think, if he does get traded, where do you think Max Crosby ends up? As the Lions get set to kick this one away. We got 12 of you in here. Hit like, hit subscribe, folks. Takes a second, helps the channel grow. As Jake Bates boots this one away, it'll be fielded at the goal line. Returned up to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the back to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, tackled at the 32-yard line, where the Bears will start their second drive. The Chicago Bears have run 8 plays so far. The Lions have run 25. So far, so good for the Lions in terms of ball control, but haven't gotten in the end zone. I did say I want the defense to show me something, though, so let's see how they get on. As Monungai is the back, Williams and Pistol, a couple tight ends in the game here to start this drive. Williams. Man in motion is DJ Moore. Williams takes the snap, fakes it to Monungai, looking to throw. Has all day. Williams going deep over the middle. It's deflected. Almost intercepted. Jack Campbell makes a diving play as Williams threw that into like double coverage. Now that the Lions are eliminated, my dad is cheering for the Bears. How about you? Bruh. Huh? No, that's a no-go. That is a no-go. You cannot cheer for rivals, man. I'll cheer for the Bears one time against the Packers. And even then, I won't really be cheering for them. I'll just be cheering against the Packers. No, we do not cheer for division rivals under any circumstance here. 2nd and 10. Williams in the gun, back to his left. Takes the snap. Williams under pressure from Hutchinson, but he throws it off to Loveland. He'll pick up 6 yards there. In the playoffs, I will be cheering for an AFC team. I will be cheering for an AFC team in the Super Bowl, and just I'll probably be the most invested in the Broncos because the Broncos are kind of my de facto second team. But sounds like Goff is moving more. Hopefully he doesn't get injured. He's just on the run. Goff is really good at navigating the pocket, so he's not really on the run. Williams, 3rd and 3, back to his left. He's in the gun, takes the snap. Williams under pressure. He's going to get hit. He's going to get sacked. Aiden Hutchinson with a drive ender there, and the Lions force a 3-and-out. Aiden Hutchinson up to 14.5 sacks on the season. Beats Darnell Wright there in emphatic fashion. Just cleans him out. Williams doesn't sense the pressure, and Hutchinson drills him. Social checking in. Sorry I'm late. Went out for some chimichangas. Sup, Zach? How about them Packers versus Vikings? Well, first of all, hello. How are the chimichangas? And yeah, man, Packers just mailed that one in. And we take it. That means the Lions are last in the NFC North, and we get a 4th place schedule as the punt is going to be returned up to the 20. Raymond up to the 24. The good thing about immobile QBs is that there's less injury risk from what I've seen. Absolutely. Goff has been incredibly durable. Even when he gets lit up, like Goff gets hit. It's not like Goff is just throwing the ball quick. Like, for the most part, he throws it quickly and avoids contact, but Goff gets drilled a lot throughout a season, and he's very durable. He's very durable, very tough. He plays through stuff. He's a warrior, man. He's a warrior, and he doesn't get enough credit for that just because he's immobile. But he's only missed a handful of games in his Lions career. He missed a couple that first year when Tim Boyle had to play. And he obviously has missed parts of games, the divisional round, when he had to be taken out for concussion protocol most recently. But for the most part, Goff has been a warrior, man. He's been a beast. So good stuff from the Lions. They force a 3-and-out. And yeah, Aiden Hutchinson up to 14.5 sacks. Where does that sit? He was 4th in the league coming into the game. Did Danielle Hunter get a sack today? I think he got a strip sack, potentially. So I don't know if he'll pass Danielle Hunter. Yeah, Hunter got 1. So Hutchinson is half a sack behind Hunter for 3rd in the league. But Hutchinson, top 4 in sacks this year. Considering the stretch he went on where he couldn't finish plays to save his life, 14 and a half sacks, I think everyone would have been very happy with that. Great season from Aiden Hutchinson. He has been really coming on as of late too. In the last 4 games here, including today, so he has 6 sacks in his last 4 games to close out the season. That's really good. He has 5 sacks in his last 3, and plus he still has the whole second half and whatnot to work with. So, yeah. Oh, Makai Wingo was on the field for that third down. Hey, good to see that. Good to see Makai Wingo getting in there with Noah Lee McNeil as the Lions finally are like, okay, we'll stop holding this guy hostage. Hey, Tom Brady's in the booth. This is America's game of the week, really? Not Broncos Chargers? Not, I don't know, literally any other game? Whatever, I don't care enough. So Lions starting this drive from the 24, 9:46 to go in the half. Goff in the gun, Gibbs lined up to his right. Goff takes the snap, tosses to Gibbs off the right side. Gibbs cuts up field. He's going to weave through a couple of would-be tacklers and picks up 6 yards to start this drive. Hadn't been the most explosive game so far for the Lions, but between the 20s, they've done a good job just chewing up yardage and chewing up time, more importantly. 9:24 and 9:23 to go. As the Lions' first drive, 11 plays to go 55 yards. Second drive, 16 plays to go 66 yards. Woof! Yeah, not explosive at all. We look like the Steelers right now on offense. Second and 4, though. Goff, man in motion is St. Brown. Going to take the snap, gives it to Gibbs off the right side, cuts up the middle. Now he slips back out right, and he's going to gain 3 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and short. All right, 8:47, 46, 45 to go in the first half. It'll be 3rd and 1. Now, if the Lions don't get this, we are in prime fake punt territory because you only need 1 yard. The Bears will know that, but 8:30, 8:29 to go. Bears crowding the line of scrimmage. St. Brown motions into the back, or kind of to the tight end spot. Gibbs going to get the carry. He's going to not get it. He's going to get stuffed at the line. Who is that? Jalen Johnson. Man, the corner making a great play in the backfield. And that's going to be a 3-and-out for the Lions. Who was supposed to block him? Hubbard just got cleaned out, but there was just not enough blockers over there. Johnson was kind of left unblocked in the gap because St. Brown took Brisker. Man, that's one of those plays that, the Lions are going for it. That's one of those plays that if Penei Sewell's playing, that is an easy first down. But Hubbard just can't do it. Montgomery in the game, 4th and 1. 2 tight ends in the game, Goff under center. Goff. Man in motion is Ferguson. Oh, the Bears jump aggressively and shove Graham Glasgow to the ground. That is an encroachment. That is aggressive by the Bears. Yeah, encroachment on the Bears. It's not often you see an encroachment penalty. For those of you who don't know, encroachment is when you actually make contact with the offensive lineman. And like going in the neutral zone or lining up offsides is one thing, but actually just starting the play early and shoving the center over. Don't see that very often. So Billings with a penalty there. The Lions' drive will continue. Why Gibbs over Monty down the line? Great question. Great question. Short yardage situation. There's no excuse for why Gibbs should ever be in over Montgomery in a short yardage situation. Ever. 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 So, 1st and 10 for the Lions. They were lined up, and now they'll huddle up again. Something is going on with the virtual measurement system. Something is wrong with it. Because they have some, the chain gang that are running down the sideline, something's going on with them, because that's the second time they've stopped play for them to figure their stuff out. So, first penalty of the day against the Bears. First and 10 for the Lions from the 33. Goff going to fake it to Gibbs. Blitz coming. Goff over the middle. It's caught. St. Brown. First down. Amon-Ra St. Brown doing his thing. Goff and his targets are doing their thing, man. So far, so good. J-Mo and Amon-Ra. I mean, J-Mo has 4 for 42. Amon-Ra 6 for 57 so far in this one. And the Lions are averaging 4 carry on the ground. So far, so good from everyone. It's just the red zone play calling. Then there it is on the broadcast. Williams and St. Brown have 99 yards in the first half combined. Chicago as a team has 30. Great stuff. 650, 649, 648 to go for the Lions in the first half. Lions at their own 49. Goff going to fake it to Gibbs on the run. Gives it to Gibbs in the flat. Gibbs, he burns past TJ Edwards, but he ducks out of bounds to do that. Going to be a gain of 6 there. As Chicago's just not really had the ball. The Lions are unironically doing to the Bears what has been done to... this is what happened to the Lions in the Steelers game, where the Lions just didn't have the football at all. And now the Bears are having that done to them, where the Lions have just had the ball basically the entire half. 6:14, 6:13, 6:12 to go. 2nd and 4 from the Bears 45. I formation, Goff under center. Gibbs is the back. Gibbs going to get the ball on a toss to the left. Gibbs burst to the left side, but he's not going to get anywhere. That's going to be a gain of 0. Dan was asked this question once on One Year Input. If you could have any player from Lions history on the current Lions team in their prime, who would you choose? All-time Lions in their prime. Now, the tempting answer is Megatron, because that would just be so fun. But Goff doesn't throw one-on-one balls as much as Stafford did, so it just wouldn't work as well. Ragnow is a very tempting one, even because that's recent, and we've seen how big of a loss he is. But all-time... Hold on. 3rd and 4. Goff in the gun. Gibbs to his left. Goff takes the snap. Looking to throw. Scanning over the middle. Goff. Now he's going to throw down the right side. It's caught. St. Brown inside the 25. St. Brown. Blocker out ahead is Williams. Inside the 20. Down to the 15-yard line. A huge play to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Wow. Was that like a 15-yard dig route? Working against Jalen Johnson. Bears running cover 2, it looks like. And St. Brown just breaks over the middle, wide open. What a throw by Goff. 1st and 10, the Lions are going a little quick, so I'll get back to that in a second. Goff gives in the backfield to his right, takes the snap. Goff, under pressure, throws it out of bounds. Ragnow is definitely tempting, I'm not going to lie. Ragnow is a tempting answer, but I think you'd want someone on defense. Sue. Ndamukong Suh. If you could have prime Ndamukong Suh on this team, the world of difference it would make for the defensive line cannot be overstated. And that's why the Lions are weakest right now, is on that D-line. So, yeah, let's say prime Ndamukong Suh. 2nd and 10. Goff in the gun. Tom Kennedy in motion. Goff takes the snap under pressure. Steps up over the middle, caught Gibbs inside the 10, inside the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. Jahmyr Gibbs on the angle route remains undefeated. No one can cover him in space. And the Lions extend their lead with their first touchdown of the day. So Jahmyr Gibbs on the season is up to 18 touchdowns. I see. Hold on. Where does he rank all time? Well, I got to pull up my stats. I love pulling up these stats. Jahmyr Gibbs, that's 49 career touchdowns in 49 career games. He needs 1 touchdown to hit 50 in his career. Not insignificant. Not insignificant at all. So the Lions take a 13-0 lead, and suddenly this looks a lot like a game that we played in Chicago last year when the Lions were just doing good things. Might not mean much, but at least it looks like we'll get a fun game. Yeah, and I mean, I expect the Bears to try to do literally anything on offense, but hold on. I want to look something up. Who has the most sacks in Lions history? It's Porcher. Okay. My thinking is I want a pass rusher. He had 95 and a half sacks on 187 career games. Man, Hutchinson is quickly climbing this list. Hutchinson is only 1.5 behind Bill Gay for 5th all-time on the Lions sack leaders, and he's only 5 away now from Ziggy Ansah for 4th. Ansah had 48 sacks in 80 career games. Hutchinson has 43 and 56. And Hutchinson's going to be here for a long time. I think it's very likely that Aiden Hutchinson will end his career as the Lions' all-time sack leader. But good for Gibbs, by the way. 49 touchdowns in 49 games. Amon-Ra St. Brown in this game has 7 catches for 87 yards so far. Man. Up to 113 catches on the year. His career high is 119. Amon-Ra needs 6 catches to match his all-time high. He's not going to come close to his all-time high in yards. However, he's one off his career high in receiving touchdowns, and he's over 1,300 yards. Very good year for St. Brown, even with the drops. And Jameson Williams is up to 63 catches. He's closing in on 1,100 yards, so good for him as well. And yeah, Gibbs, not as many yards this year as he had last year. He had almost 2,000 all-purpose yards last year. But man, that boy has a nose for the end zone. Is it just me, or did Tate Ratledge look better with a mullet? Okay, maybe not better, but looked more like an offensive lineman with a mullet. By the way, great job by Goff navigating the pocket there. So 4:40 to go in the half. The Lions up 13-0 on the Bears here. I know the Bears don't have much to play for, but they still have something to play for. So you expect the Bears to be better in the second half when they start with ball. As Bates' kick is away. That'll be fielded at the goal line and up to the 10, up to the 15, up to the 20, up to the 30. 1 yard line where he'll be stopped. So, the goals for the rest of the game. Isaac TeSlaa more involved. Let's get Jahmyr Gibbs another touchdown, get him to 50. And let's just keep getting let's get Montgomery involved. Let's just keep doing things on offense. Hutchinson got a sack today, so I'm happy with him. And to start this drive, Williams going to send Swift out into the flat. Williams alone in shotgun. Williams takes the snap. Quick throw outside to DJ Moore. Moore going to cut up the middle. He's going to pick up a first down, although I thought that was a flag. That's a mouth guard that got flung out of someone's face mask. That just happens to be the color of a flag. That's really funny. Also, more 3-and-outs on defense. Well, not getting the 3-and-out there as the Bears get a first down. That was just their 12th play. The Lions have 34 offensive plays. The Bears have 12. Go and hurry up, though. Williams under center with Swift in the backfield. Williams takes the snap, gives it to Swift, cuts right. Swift, he's going to be cut down after a gain of 4. Yes, we're doing things. I love when we do things. I love when we do things too. Literally just any single thing. All right. 2nd and 6, 3:38, 37 to go. Bears going quick again. Williams under center. Takes the snap, gives it to Swift off the right side. Swift runs into a wall, picks up 1, maybe 2. That'll bring up 3rd and about 4. And suddenly, the pressure's on, Chicago. You got to do things. You got to try to do things. 3:16, 3:15, 3:14 to go in the first half. Have to imagine this is the last Bears possession of the first half. What is going on with this mass substitution? The Bears substitute into a 3 tight end set. Okay, Williams under center, takes the snap, gives it to Swift off the right side. Swift, he's not going to get there. He's going to get cut down well short of the line to gain. It's going to be 4th and 1.5. 4th and a long one. They're over midfield, so the Bears are going to go for this. But there's a long one. 2:37, 2:36, 2:35 to go. 23 on the play clock, so they have to run another play. If this next play is inbounds and it's a first down, we'll hit the 2-minute warning. If not, then obviously the Lions will take over. Williams in the gun on 4th and 1. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Williams over the middle is caught. Loveland inside the 40, down to the 37. Well, the Bears went quick and they caught the Lions off guard there. Loveland just wide open. Lacey almost got a hand on that, though. Mills in coverage. Good try. So that'll be the 2-minute warning, folks. Lions, good half so far, but the Bears are moving the ball well. Again, it's all about monitoring Caleb Williams' passing yards. He has 37 now. We just have to keep him under 270. That's the only goal. That is all that matters today, is don't let the Bears have a 4,000-yard passer. This is from Jeremy Reisman. If the Lions win, which would subsequently likely knock the Bears down to the 3 seed, there's a chance for both the Packers and the Bears to get knocked out in the wild card. And Jeremy saying that's worth dropping from the 14th to the 17th pick or whatever to me. That's funny. Oh yeah, I gotta monitor which coaches have been fired. Has that happened? Have any coaches gotten fired? Let's see. I can't tell. My newsfeed is so bogged down. Does Stefanski get fired after that game? I don't know. We'll see what happens with the and then over the next few days. But oh well. So yeah. If the Lions win, their draft pick is gonna be 17th. It's like a 3 or 4 spot difference. Obviously, that could be the difference between getting a player that they really like versus a player that they just like a decent amount. But the way the Lions operate, if there's a guy they really want, they'll just trade up for him anyways. So, like, if there's someone that's available at 12 that they're like, we need this guy, they'll just trade up for him. So, I'm not too worried about that. It's not quite F them picks, but oh well. All right. So out of the 2-minute warning, Bears getting set to continue this drive. They have more yards on this drive than they had in the entire half up to this point. So, with 2 minutes to go, Bears have all of their timeouts. Lions still have 2 timeouts, so Lions could potentially get the ball back. From the Lions' 38-yard line, 3 tight ends in the game for Williams with Swift in the backfield. Williams is going to fake it to Swift. He's under pressure. He's going to get tripped up in the backfield, still on the run, running for his life. Dumps it off to Kmet, who they're going to say catches it, but it's going to be a loss of 2 anyways. Man, Williams was running for his life. Hutchinson almost was able to trip him up. Hutchinson got taken down in the backfield, and he got a hand on Williams. That would have been his second sack of the half. And then Rocky Sin was in the backfield for some reason. Good catch by Kmet, but that's going to be a loss of 4. And the clock is moving. 1:25 to go. 23, 22. Williams in the gun. Swift to his right. Williams takes the snap. Looking to throw. It's batted at the line by Tyleik Williams. That's like the 5th time he's batted a ball down at the line this year. He's really good at that. Weirdly, really good at that. He had like 4 of those in the first 3 weeks of the season, 3 or 4 weeks. But that's like the 6th time this season that Tyleik Williams has batted a ball down at the line. 3rd and 14. Williams alone in the gun. If you sack him, you can take him out of field goal range. Takes the snap. Williams throws it over the middle. It's caught by Loveland. He is short of the line to gain. That's going to be 4th and 2. Bears looking like they're going to go for it inside of a minute to go in the half. 56, 55, 54, 53. Take your time. They're not calling timeout. It is 4th and 2. Yeah, take your time, Chicago. Take your time. 45, 44. They're lining up to go for it. Williams in the gun. Swift lined up to his right. 38, 37. Williams. Man in motion is Moore. Takes the snap. Williams looking left. Under pressure. Over the middle. It's incomplete or it's a fumble. Either way, it's Lions football. Either way, it's Lions football. It is either an incomplete pass or it was a catch and a fumble. I think Amik Robertson was involved. He batted the ball out after Loveland got his hands on it. I think that's just an incomplete. So Lions are going to take over. They have the time to be able to go for another field goal as well. And they've got a pair of timeouts. So with 21 seconds to go, Lions take over. And are they reviewing it? They must be reviewing it. I guess it is going to be a difference of yardage, right? It's going to be a difference of like 10 yards. Are they seriously going to commercial break with 21 seconds left? Are you kidding? That's crazy. That is crazy talk. Oh, sorry, it was Barnes, not Amik. I think the Lions are. I think it's going to be an incomplete. Great job by Hutchinson getting involved there. Hutchinson's been a game wrecker today. Greedy TV networks. Yeah, greedy NFL, greedy everyone. What are you new here? Everyone's greedy. That's kind of how that's how showbiz works. That's how every biz works. So I'm scanning Twitter to see if anyone, because the guys at the game, the reporters will know the answer before us. Colton Pouncey said the Lions forced a turnover on downs. I don't know if that's what they ruled in the stadium, but so we'll see. We're still in commercial break, so don't really know. It is going to be it'll be a difference of about. It's the difference of about 8 yards and about 9 seconds of play. So the Lions should, if it's an incomplete pass, which I think it is, the Lions will have the ball from their own 30 with about 29 seconds to go, and they'll have 2 timeouts, which means they absolutely can and should push the ball downfield to try to set up Jake Bates for a field goal. Regardless, though, the Lions with a first half shutout against a good Bears offense. I know the offense has helped by holding the ball for so long, but still, man, just because you had 3 scoring drives, the defense still has to touch the field, and the Lions will have the ball from their own 30 with 30 seconds to go. So it was an incomplete pass. Great job by Derek Barnes to get the PBU. So Goff in the gun, Gibbs lined up to his left. The Lions will push the pace a little bit. Let's see it, boys. Goff takes the snap. Looking left. Throws it to Gibbs, who's open in the flat. Gibbs wide open. First down, and he's going to get out of bounds at the 41. So a gain of 11 there. Only takes 6 seconds off the clock. You still keep both your timeouts, and you get a fresh set of downs. No idea what the Bears defense was doing there. I really am kind of getting a little annoyed at the Bears defense because, man, they've just been bad. They've just been bad, straight up. When they're not forcing turnovers, man. but they still force turnovers like nobody's business. Tesla in motion. 1st and 10 from the 41.5. Goff in the gun, Gibbs to his right. Goff takes the snap, looking left, throws it over the middle, caught. Amon-Ra St. Brown up to the Lions' 48-yard line, where the Lions will call their second timeout. So the Lions are about you're probably like 7 yards away from trying a field goal. It is worth noting Cam Little hit from 67 earlier. I don't know what the wind condition is like in Chicago. I assume it's worse than, was it in Jacksonville that game was? So, but you can give Bates a chance for a 60-plus yarder if you need to, which would mean you only need, like 7 yards, 5-ish yards. If you gain yards, you're going to try it, because why not? You got nothing to lose. And you can give Bates a chance at a moment. 18 seconds to go. Quick question. When a team is down at the end of the half, why do they normally kneel when they can go for a Hail Mary? It's mostly if they have so many yards to go, like if they have it at their own 30, quarterbacks most can't just throw the ball that far. And it's just not worth the energy on such a low success play. Goff in the gun. Bears showing some pressure. Goff takes the snap. Throws it over the middle. Caught. Williams. Oh, no, it's St. Brown again. Down to the 35-yard line. So that is going to set up a 52-yard field goal for the Lions. Are they going to call timeout now? Anytime a team is over their own 40, like they'll try it from there. But if it's just like you have 10 seconds and you have no timeouts, or you have one timeout and you're from your own 30, it's like, just take a knee. Go to halftime, reset. So the Lions did call their last timeout with 12 seconds to go. So it is worth noting the Lions do not have any more timeouts, but they still have 12 seconds. Are they going to take a shot to the end zone? Is that what they're going to do? Perhaps. I'm pretty sure Amon-Ra is over 100 yards already. What a half of football he's had. Give J-Mo or Tesla a chance, honestly. This is where you take a shot. Goff in the gun. Takes the snap. Looking to throw. Goff. He's just going to fling it away. Throws it well over the head of Amon-Ra St. Brown. That kills 4 seconds. So I think the Lions are just going to do that again and kill 4 more seconds, and then they're going to kick a field goal going into halftime. So, all in all, very good half from the Lions. Been very efficient. Goff over 200 yards in the first half. And, St. Brown... Amon-Ra has 9 catches for 110 yards. He's 4 catches off a career high. That'll be fascinating. 12 targets in the first half, too, for him. 8 seconds to go. Goff takes the snap. And he's once again just going to fling it over the head of St. Brown. There's 3 seconds to go in the first half, and the Lions will get set to try a field goal. So first half shutout for the Lions. Now the question is, can they extend their lead to 16 or not? Bates has made from 30 and 34. This one's a lot longer at 53. It's well within his range, but he has struggled on 50-plus yarders this season. Hasn't been quite as dialed as we want him to be. Bates lining it up. The kick is up. It's no good. It's going to just curve left. So Jake Bates misses from 53, and that will be the end of the first half. So the Lions up 13-0 at halftime. Very good half from the Lions, I got to say. I know that it was a good half, and yet it still left something to be desired. But the Bears, 20 plays for 69 yards. They have 3.5 yards of play. Again, that's a good Bears offense. I'll take it. The Lions haven't really tried to run the ball all that much, but the passing game has been working. So I'm going to turn over to Red Zone for a moment. If you guys have any questions during this halftime segment, this would be the time. Lions related, NFL related, offseason related, playoff related, whatever you got, this would be the time for that. Alrighty. We got 10 of you in here. Be sure to hit like and subscribe too, folks. Broncos are up 10-0 on the Chargers. Looks like they're going to be able to close out the division. Chargers have a 4th and 1, though. What's going on in this game? All right, folks. Dolphins kick a field goal, make it 14-10. Patriots up. Chargers, 4th and 1. Trey Lance, the give off the right side. That's going to be a first down for the Chargers. Oh, and a fumble. Recovered by the Broncos. Oh, no, they're going to say he's down. Man, by the way, those Broncos alternate jerseys, beautiful. Those things are gorgeous. With the bright blue helmets and the gorgeous. Top 5 uniform in the league. Maybe even top 3. Rams working on a 2-minute drill. Stafford in the game. 13-6 Rams lead. Stafford going to dump it off. That'll be down to the 22 of the Cardinals. Rams don't have any timeouts, so they're going to have to get up and spike it. Flag down in the Chargers-Broncos game. Stafford spikes it with 10 seconds to go. Rams will have one chance at the end zone if they want it, or they can kick a field goal. Meanwhile, the Broncos and Chargers, what's happening here? Looks like a timeout by someone. Not quite sure. This is where not having the audio kind of screws me up, but also this is my bid. Let me run red zone after Scott Hansen's done with it. He'll never be done with it. But Commanders lining up a 56-yard field goal. That kick is up and through. Jake Moody. The Commanders lead the Eagles at halftime as Stafford takes the snap. He's going to throw for the end zone. It is... Oh, it's almost caught. Parkinson went up. He climbed the ladder, but on the way down, the ball collided with a helmet and popped out. So a great PBU there. Was that Budda Baker in on that stop? I see Thompson was the safety. No, it was 44. Is that Owen Popoi, the linebacker? What was he doing in the end zone? Great play by him to force that ball out. Trey Lance now in the gun. 1st and 15 for the Chargers. He's going to throw outside. That is going to be caught by Gadsden, the tight end. So the Chargers back in field goal range as the Rams kick a field goal. That's up and good. So the Rams up 16-6 on the Cardinals at halftime there as they look to jump the 49ers to become the 5 seed in the NFC, which would secure a matchup with the Panthers, a Panthers team that has already beaten the Rams this season. 2nd and 9 for the Chargers now with 33 seconds to go. They're at the Broncos 39. They have 2 timeouts left. So you can get a little bit closer field goal range or you can go for a score. Lance, quick slant. That'll be caught down to the 34. And I think they'll call timeout here. 3rd and 3. Now over to the Chiefs and Raiders game. Daniel Carlson lining up a 23-yard chip shot field goal. That kick is up and through. So the Raiders up 6-3. Of course, this game means nothing for the Raiders. They have the number 1 pick regardless, so you might as well try to win. But it does matter to the Chiefs for draft positioning. The Chiefs 6-10 right now. If they lose, they will guarantee themselves a top 10 pick. Jeremiah Love is such a Kansas City Chief. That's probably not true. He's probably a Viking, and I'm going to hate it. Actually, no. The Vikings are going to be behind the Lions, so the Vikings are going to be 17th probably in draft order. Ooh, yeah. He shouldn't. I don't think Love will fall that far. Maybe someone else will take a stab at him. Trey Lance here, 3rd and 3, 28 seconds to go in the half. They have one timeout remaining. From the Broncos 33, Lance takes the snap, looking right, quick throw, caught. Keenan Allen, 1st down and more, down to the 25-yard line. And they're going to spike the ball. 2nd and 10 from the 25, 15 seconds to go. You have the timeout as insurance, as Drake May operating inside of 30 seconds to go. He's on the run over midfield, inside the 45, inside the 40, trying to get out of bounds, and he will with 11 seconds to go. Drake May getting the Patriots close to field goal range there. Hadn't been a productive game for him, but I think everyone's kind of in Week 18 mode. This is, man, commentating Red Zone is so much more stressful than commentating a Lions game. There's so much happening at once. You just don't stop talking. I do not envy Scott Hansen at all. I take it back. Trey Lance in the gun, takes the snap. He's rolling left. He's going to quick throw outside. It's almost intercepted. Is that Riley Moss? The Broncos corner almost gets that one. Is Drake May going to line up a Hail Mary? You could have just taken the sidelines and he's just going to throw it away. Drake May almost could have run to the sidelines again. If you just get a blocker and do a designed rollout, he could have got to the sideline. Great play by Riley Moss there, breaking on Keenan Allen. So the Patriots are going to have to try a long field goal. The Chargers, with 11 seconds to go in the half, they have a timeout, so you've got one shot at the end zone, and then you can kick a field goal. Broncos do get the ball at halftime, but you can make it a one-score game. Lance. Time running out on the play clock. It did run out on the play clock. Blitz coming. Lance under pressure. Then the whistles go as the Patriots' long field goal attempt is up and through. So the Patriots take a 17-10 lead at the half as the Patriots closing in on the 2 seed in the AFC, which, if the scores hold, that would mean the Patriots will play the Chargers in the first round. If we beat the Bears, will we still be in last place? Yes, we will, because the Vikings won today, which secured a 9-win season for them, and the Vikings have the tiebreaker over the Lions, having beaten them twice. So the Lions cannot pass the Vikings regardless. So yes. And now the Chargers get a first down inside the 15-yard line with 7 seconds to go, or 6 seconds to go. They might have to look at the time again. They're going to have another shot at the end zone. But yeah, regardless of what happens, the Lions will finish last in the NFC North. The Lions' opponents for next year are locked. Actually, I can tell you guys that. The Lions next year, at home and away, they will play the Bears, Vikings, and Packers. They will, at home, play the Patriots, Saints, Giants, Jets, Buccaneers, and Titans. And on the road, they will play the division, and then they will play the Cardinals, Falcons, Bills, Panthers, and Dolphins. So the 4th place games being the Cardinals, the Titans, and the Giants that the Lions get next year as a result, as opposed to playing the Niners, the Colts, and who's the last one I said? And the Commanders. So just a little bit easier of a schedule, a little bit easier. Although the Giants gave the Lions all kinds of fits this year, obviously, so got to be better in that game. But also worth noting, one of those games for the Lions is going to be an international game. In all likelihood, the Lions will lose one of their home games, and I would expect the Lions to play in Germany next year because they have the Amon-Ra St. Brown connection. He could be a superstar for that market, and it just makes logical sense to put the Lions in a Germany game. Regardless, the Lions will be playing an international game next year, so make sure you're ready for that. I know I have people who watch me that are from overseas, so might be a chance for you guys to go see the Lions live. I'm going to flip back over to the Lions game. Where are we at? Probably have 5 more minutes before the second half starts. But regardless, there's your little mini red zone from me. Okay. Do 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 do. So Bears start the second half with the ball. Again, Caleb Williams needed 270 yards passing in this game to hit 4,000 on the year and become the Bears' first 4,000-yard passer. He has 45. He had 45 in the first half. He's still 225 away. Simply don't let Caleb Williams throw for 220 yards in the second half. Simply. Colston Loveland carving up the lines a little bit, but really no one getting involved outside of that. And Jared Goff has thrown the ball 28 times in the first half. That's crazy. The Lions ran the ball 10 times. Got to get the run game going. Gibbs only averaging 3.6 a pop, though. So the run game not getting going as much as you'd want. I want Montgomery more involved, though. Also expect more trick plays. The Lions tried one. I thought this would be the time. Although the Lions haven't... I wanted a fake punt. The Lions haven't lined up to punt at all. So that kind of ruins things. I will say, I did see the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. That's an exaggeration. But I saw one of the best fake punt executions ever. So the Colts against the Texans, they run a fake punt. It works. Gets them a fresh set of downs. So what do the Colts do? They keep their punting team on the field. The Texans are understandably confused, so they have guys running on and off the field. The Colts snap the ball again. They run a fake punt again, but that one wasn't even designed to work. That one was just designed to get the 12th man on the field, 5-yard penalty. So now they go from being on a 4th down, they fake a punt, they get a 1st down, they fake a punt again, draws the 12th man on the field penalty, so their offense takes over with a 1st and 5. It was a fascinating play. Or I guess 2 plays, series of plays. So, yeah, I just want to highlight that. That was awesome. Good job by the Colts. As we are set to go for the second half of play. You remember I said Amon-Ra was torching C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Against C.J. Gardner-Johnson in the first half, St. Brown had 5 catches on 6 targets for 69 yards and 5 first downs. Wow. And I'm pretty sure the only target that was incomplete was one that Goff purposely threw over St. Brown's head at the end there. As Bates' kick is away, that'll be fielded at the 1, up to the 5, to the 10, 15, 20, 25, and he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line, which is where the Bears will start this drive. Now, obviously, we expect the Bears to come out with a lot more of a purpose in this second half. But it was a good first half. Let's see what Ben Johnson's got cooking. It would be really funny if the Lions, with how bad this season has been, they still go 2-0 against the Bears. Williams under center, Monangai in the backfield. Moore in motion. Williams going to start this drive with a handoff to Monangai off the left side. He's going to get met immediately by Lacey, and he's only going to pick up 1 yard there. So it's going to be 2nd and 9 here. And again, as someone who's actively cheering against this one stat for Caleb Williams, keep the clock moving, please. Keep it moving. 14, 27, 26, 25 to go. Williams in the gun. Monangai to his right. Williams takes the snap, looking to throw. Williams throws it left side. It's caught. That'll be a gain of 5. Is that Loveland again? But he's tackled by Malcolm Rodriguez, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 4 to go. So, what do the Bears have dialed up for a 3rd and medium play here? 3rd and 4. Williams in the gun. Monangai lined up to his left. From their own 34. Williams takes the snap. Williams throws it over the middle. It's incomplete. Looking for Colston Loveland and Rock Yassin with the pass breakup. So the Bears go 3 and out to start the second half. Loveland was lined out as a wide receiver on that play, lined out as an X and against a smaller corner. That should be a mismatch, but great physical play by Rock Yassin against the rookie. And the Bears have to punt. Are the Bears going to be the ones to break out a fake punt, I wonder, on 4th and 4? Be ready for it. Be ready for it. Nope, the Bears will punt it away. And Raymond will fair catch that at the 20-yard line, which is where the Lions offense will start their next drive. So, good job, defense. Great job by the defense to start this second half. Picking up right where they left off. Bears are struggling a little bit. You know what? Hey, we were talking about Kelvin Shepherd earlier. Defense has been under a lot of fire lately. Kelvin Shepherd's been under a lot of fire lately. I put a heavy asterisk on the performance that they had against the Vikings because it was Max Brosmer. And they still gave up a big play when it mattered most. So far, so good. I will give credit where credit is due. The defense came to play today. At least so far. All right, folks. So, now can the Lions continue? Can we get the run game going? That's what I want to see. We know the pass game will get going, and Goff could throw for 400 yards if he wanted to. And he probably will. But I want to see the run game get going this second half. Let's end the season on a high note for the ground game and the offensive line. Let's do that, shall we? That's how I want to end this season. Pride of Detroit saying apparently you just have to guard Loveland today. Yeah. So, we shall see. Wow. Goff is still in play for the passing yard leader this season. I don't know what Stafford has done, but Goff with 200 yards in the first half has got to be in play for that. Stafford had 137. Dak is done. He already played. So if Goff has another 200 yards, he actually might be the passing leader this season, which would be fascinating. So from the 20, Gibbs the back, Goff under center. 3 receivers in the game. Goff going to give it to Gibbs off the left side. Gibbs cuts back up the middle. Gibbs explodes, and he's going to pick up a first down and more. Gain of 13 for Jahmyr Gibbs to start this drive. Great work between the tackles. Do you think the Bears aren't playing seriously or that they're just off their game today? A little bit of both. This game does matter for the Bears, but they know that they're playing a playoff game in Chicago next week. So they're not taking it like as seriously as they would have like the Packers game a couple of weeks ago, but they still don't look good. Still don't look good. Goff under center. Gibbs is the back again. Goff gives it right back to Gibbs. Gibbs, he's going to work through a hit. Picks up 3 yards. CJ Gardner-Johnson on the tackle there. Kind of stared Gibbs down after that. They seem kind of dead inside. I don't know if dead inside is the right term. I think they just look a little apathetic. They look more like a team that's like, okay, the real work starts next week. But if you're Chicago, man, I would be hunting that Green Bay matchup a lot more than I would be taking an NFC West matchup. As Goff under center, Gibbs the back. Fake it. Oh, no, they do give it to Gibbs off the right side. And Gibbs going to work through traffic. He picks up 4 yards there, maybe 5. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 3 or so. I mean, I'm not going to complain. If the Lions are able to just run the ball. If the Lions win, I'm not going to complain. Obviously. Oh, they're only going to give him 3 on that play, so 3rd and 4. I just wanted to see the Lions show a pulse in Week 18. That was my only goal. Hey, you've had a horrible stretch run here. Let's end the season on a high note. And so far, they look determined to do that. 3rd and 4, Goff. In the gun, Gibbs to his left. Goff. He's going to take... Nope, the play clock expires. Did they get a timeout off? Nope, the Lions eat the penalty, so that is a 5-yard delay of game penalty. That's just They were lined up at the line. You just got to execute, man. That's on them. So it's going to make it a 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 here. That's just bad by the Lions. All right, let's see if they can extend this drive. I do find it funny that the clock is just going to keep running. I think the Patriots discovered that loophole a few years ago, or if you just keep taking penalties, the clock will keep running. Goff in the gun, Gibbs to his left. Bears showing blitz. They only send 4, but Goff is under pressure. He's going to get hit. Oh, and he's unable to stay on his feet. Glasgow tried to pick him up, but he was unable to do it. Was that Dexter, I think, in on the sack, and the Lions will have to punt. Yeah, they run a little stunt where... So that all starts, Decker gets beat inside, which forces Mahogany to help him out. And then Dexter loops around, and neither Decker and Mahogany have their backs turned at that point. So Jack Fox out to punt for the first time today. And the punt is away. Oh, he almost got hit. And that punch will be fielded at the 16, returned up to the 20, up to the 25 to the 30, and he'll be stopped at the 30, maybe the 31. Good punt by Fox. How long of a punt was that? That was a booming kick. A 59-yarder. Good punt by Fox. As the Bears will take back over. So you're 4 minutes into the half. Yeah, Goff kind of got sacked by Glasgow, but oh well. Bears don't look like a playoff team the way they are playing. Certainly not. I will say their red zone defense has been okay for them this game. Their defense in general is what I'm watching more because I trust their offense to a certain degree. That said, if their offense is spinning their tires against the Lions, what are they going to do against the Seahawks, the Rams, again, like the like some of these more real teams? We honestly have great special teams. You know what's hilarious? That was so not the case for most of the season. That was so not the case to start the year. You remember at the start of the year how... Well, if you're new, you might not know this. But at the start of the year, I was complaining about the special teams on a weekly basis. Weekly basis. Because there was always something, right? The returns are... Like, the Lions' returners suck. And they do. Sailors is not good. You got to replace him. The Lions are giving up too many yards in returns. The punt coverage hasn't been great. The kick coverage hasn't been great. Bates is missing field goals too often, right? Like, blocked field goals. We've had our fair share of special team struggles this year. It's been very out of character. They've been a lot better the second half of the year. But to start the year, they were uncharacteristically brutal. Uncharacteristically horrible. So, Bears going to start this drive from their own 31. In a second here. 10:29 to go in the third quarter. Obviously, all I care about is taking time off the clock and not letting Williams complete passes. Especially not big passes. If you're going to give up yards, let it be on the ground. I'm 100% being that petty. So, Williams under center, strong formation. He's going to fake it to Swift. Williams throws it on the run, caught by Loveland. Oh my lord, they love Colston Loveland today. That's going to be a gain of 6 or so. You got to get Caleb Williams moving if you're the Bears. You got to get him moving more. He's been way too stationary in the pocket. Way too stagnant. The only time he's really been running is when he's under pressure. You got to do more design stuff. 2nd and 4, he's under center, though. Couple tight ends in the game. Swift is the back. Williams, man in motion is Luther Burden. Gets the ball on the end around. Burden makes a man miss. He's going to pick up a first down. He's going to pick up like 9 yards. Derek Barnes read that so well. And you could tell Derek Barnes has PTSD from that Jordan Addison play last week. Barnes knew it was coming, reads it, meets him in the backfield, and Burden just hits a crazy spin move on him. That's just a great play by Burden, honestly. I got no... good play. Williams under center. Swift is the back. Couple tight ends in the game once more. First down from their own 46. Williams going to give it to Swift off the left side. Cuts back up the middle. Swift lowers the shoulder. He's going to pick up 6 yards there. Good run by Swift. I will say, I've watched a decent amount of Chicago this year. The biggest knock on Swift in his time in Detroit and when it wasn't working in Philly, it did work for the most part because he had a great O-line, but is his vision, right? He was never consistent with which gaps to hit. His vision's gotten so much better this year. He's been a lot more consistent with not having too many bad reads. As Williams going to fake it to Swift, rolls out right. Williams on the move. Incomplete. It's dropped by, what's that guy's name? The rookie, he's like a UDFA or something that caught a big touchdown for them a few weeks ago. What's his name? I forget. Walker. I forget his first name. Anyways, Walker. Bad drop there. Good throw by Williams. Bad drop by Walker. And he's out of the game. Yep, you get benched for a drop like that. 3rd and 4 for the Bears from the Lions 48. So you're probably in 4-down territory. Williams in the gun, back lined up to his right. Williams. Bunch formation, top of the screen. Williams takes the snap. Looking left. Williams, now he's under pressure, running for his life, running right, looking downfield, throws it. It is incomplete. He tries to hit DeAndre Swift, and he throws it behind him. So I gave Williams a pass. I mean, that was a drop by Walker on 3rd down, or on 2nd down. That's a bad throw by Williams there to Swift on 3rd down. Behind him, Swift tries to make the one-hand catch, but Williams just misses him. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 4. The Bears are just out of sync today. They're just out of sync. Their 4th dropped pass. Well, that's not really a drop, but 4 dropped passes today. 4th and 4. Williams with the back to his left. He's in the gun. Williams takes the snap. Might have been some motion up front. There is a flag down. Williams takes a shot. It's a free play. It is incomplete, but it looks like Roy Lopez jumped off sides. I believe. I want to see the replay. I don't know if he fully got across. We'll see. Show me it. Yeah, he did, I think. I think his hand is over by just a smidge. As Williams took a shot into double coverage, that ball bounced off Daniel Thomas's head. Yeah. So the Fox broadcast didn't show us the referee's call, but it is a first 10. Roy Lopez offside, so that's going to extend the Bears' drive. 3rd penalty of the day for the Lions. The Bears only have a single penalty against them. It did come on a 4th down situation for the Lions offense, though, so Williams under center, Swift in the backfield. Williams from the Lions 43. Man in motion is more. And now we have laundry down as it looks like the Bears have a false start. Some sort of miscommunication there. So the Lions get the yardage back, but the Bears, even though the Bears have a fresh set of downs, it'll be 1st and 15 now, back from the Lions 48. 41st pre-snap penalty this season for the Bears offense. They lead the NFL in pre-snap penalties. That's horrible. Can't have that. I'm shocked a playoff team leads the league in that stat, though. Williams in the gun. Swift lined up to his right on 1st and 15. He's looking to throw. Williams looking right. Now he looks over the middle. Caught. It's going to be down to the Lions 36 or so. There's Walker. Makes up for the drop a couple of moments ago as the Lions defense got caught watching Swift on the wheel route and they left Walker alone. And now the Bears are going to bring in extra tight ends and bring in Monangai for probably a run here on 2nd and 4. 3 tight ends in the game, but Kmet is lined up as a fullback. Now he's going to flex out. 3 tight ends set for the Bears. Monangai is the back, more in motion. Williams fakes it to Monangai, rolling out right. Williams taking a shot, wants it all. It is intercepted in the end zone. Avonte Maddox picks it off, and the Lions defense gets a takeaway. Williams takes the shot. He wanted it all, and he's getting nothing. And the Lions defense with yet another stop. Man, Maddox, DJ Moore, that was a weird play by DJ Moore. He kind of like he could have given a better effort on that. Moore definitely could have done more there. Huh. No pun intended. But regardless, that is a stop for the Lions. We won't complain, and that's a touchback, so the Lions will get the ball at their own 20. Great play by Maddox. Maddox has had a good, he's been good when called upon. Great play. Seems like more. Sorry, I'm just firing off a tweet. That's a great play by Maddox, though. Good for him. Good for him. So the Lions defense, man, they came to play. They really came to play today. The Bears have 107 total yards so far. They have 6 first downs. They have just under 15 minutes of possession and now a turnover. Caleb Williams, 9 for 17 for 66 yards and an interception so far in this game. Just not been a clean game for the Bears. Not been a clean day at all. Zach, do you do other Michigan sports games or just Lions games? I just do Lions games. I'll casually watch a couple of Wolverines games per year, but I'm hardly a dedicated college sports fan. I'm a very big casual. Well, like I'm a very casual college football watcher. But and I don't really watch. I'll watch like March Madness, but I don't really watch other college sports either. So no, I apologize. It's gonna be just NFL on this channel. Although if you want some great Michigan Wolverines coverage, go follow my buddy Alex Drain. He does a lot of write-ups for them at the MGO blog. So go follow him on Twitter for some great Michigan coverage. Is Goff going to start this drive under center? Gibbs in motion. Montgomery is in the backfield. Fake toss to Montgomery. Quick toss outside to Raymond. Raymond on a little screen. And it's going to be about a 9-yard gain. It's the same little smoke screen concept they ran with Jamison Williams earlier in the game. This time they run it to Khalif Raymond. That's a good gain. Thanks, Zach. You're welcome, Joel. You're welcome. First interception for Williams in his last 121 attempts. Oh my lord. This dude does not play risky football at all. He doesn't take chances. So good for Maddox. Montgomery to Goff's right on 2nd and half a yard here. Ferks are in motion. Goff takes the snap, looking to throw. Goff throws it over the middle. Caught. Raymond with all kinds of green grass in front of him. Raymond sneaks out over midfield down to the 46-yard line of the Bears. It looked like Raymond was running directly into all the traffic instead of to all the green grass, but I'm not going to question it. Oh my lord, Khalif Raymond shattered CJ Gardner-Johnson's ankles on that route. Gardner-Johnson was stumbling. He got him with that. He got him there. Great play by the veteran. I want to see more Tesla, though. Where's my boy? Goff under center. Montgomery's the backfield. Williams is lined up really off. Yeah, he's in motion. Goff gonna fake it to Montgomery. Play action. Throws it to Montgomery out of the backfield. Montgomery, stiff arm. First down and more. David Montgomery, nice gain there. First down Lions. As they're moving the ball effectively, they're into field goal range. It's been a good day for the Lions. Been a good day. Wish we could have had a day like this, I don't know, any of the last few weeks. any of the last 3 or 4 games? Or no, what was 4 games ago? I don't know. Any of the last 3 games? Anyways, Goff under center, Montgomery the back. Tight end in motion is Zylstra. Goff fakes it to Montgomery again, dumps it off to Jameson Williams. Williams, he's going to get inside the 30. He's going to pick up 7, maybe 8 yards there. Great play by Jamo. Little play action boot. Get Williams running behind the line of scrimmage to get him away from some of these DBs. Great concept, honestly. Love it. We are inside of 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. We're approaching the 5 minutes mark. It's okay. We'll have way more good days next year. Here's hoping. I mean, one good offseason and the Lions are right back to contender status. And I don't mean playoff contender, because they were a playoff contender this year. I mean, they're one good offseason away from being back at the top. 2nd and 1 here. Montgomery's the back. Goff, I formation. This time he does give it to Monty off the left side. Montgomery lowers the shoulder. 1st down and more. That'll be a gain of 5, maybe 6 for Monty. And that's a fresh set of downs, and the Lions are back in the red zone as we are down inside of 5 minutes. 4:52, 51, 50 to go in the third quarter. So, I mean, as it stands right now, it's certainly looking like oh my lord. In the 2 games against the Bears this season, the Lions have 65 points, skewed by that 52-point game, but over 800 yards of offense. That's crazy in the 2 games against the Bears. Goff under center, Montgomery the back, Gibbs in motion. Goff gives it to Monty off the right side, cuts back up the middle, weaves out of traffic, breaking tackles. He's going to get near the line to gain. He's going to pick up 9 yards. Great running from Montgomery. How can the Lions see runs like that and be like, nah, let's not use him? Like, Montgomery's so good, man. He's so good at weaving through traffic between the tackles, breaking tackles, fighting for extra yards. I guess we're Ben Johnson's kryptonite. We'll see. I mean, I'm not going to speak on that. It's a meaningless week 18 to go. We're back in the Wildcat. Montgomery, the quarterback, 2nd and 1. Gibbs to his right. This is the Montgomery pass. Come on. 2nd and 1. Montgomery takes the snap. No, he gives it to Gibbs up the middle. Gibbs, he fights through contact. He picks up a 1st down. Okay, 1st down, Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't know why we're using Gibbs in short yardage, but okay, sure. 1st down for the Lions inside the 10. Tesla touchdown, I'm calling it. Okay. I'm going to say, I'm going off the board. Taylor Decker touchdown incoming. Calling it. Give me a fat man TD. I'm going to be so pissed if it's a Skipper touchdown now that I said that. I haven't seen a lot of Skipper this game, actually, but no, that's my prediction. Let's say Decker touchdown. Lions ran out of time on the play clock, and they're going to have to call timeout. I don't know what was going on there. So 2:54 to go in the third. The Lions call their first time out of the half. 1st and goal from about the 9. As the Lions still pitching a shutout in this one so far. Against the Bears starters. Again, the Bears have something to play for. This is very weird. This is not what I was expecting at all. It's very contrary to, logic. Eagles are pushing for a touchdown here. It's going to be really funny if the Eagles lose anyways. But if the games finish how we expect them to, the Bears will play host to the Niners next week, who they just lost to in week 17. And the Packers would go to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. That would be the ultimate mid-off. And then the Rams would go to Carolina to rematch the Panthers. What's going on in the AFC? The Bills are destroying the Jets. Oh, poor Aaron Glenn. The Chiefs and Raiders, who cares? The Broncos are about to take a 2-score lead on the Chargers once again. All right, man. Some fascinating things going on. Fascinating. We got 9 new in here. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, folks. Takes a second. Helps the channel grow. 13 of you in here. And you know what? I don't know how many of you are Lions fans versus non-Lions fans, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Let me know what your favorite moment of the season has been. I know I'm going to be doing some playoff streams But seeing that this is the last Lions stream of the season, what's been your favorite moment this year? Aaron Glenn left us for the Jets. I wonder if the paycheck is worth it. First of all, yes, it is. Second, there's a lot of people who I don't blame him. And also, if we flash back to last offseason, I don't think there was a single soul that was necessarily upset that Aaron Glenn left. They just showed, coming out of the commercial break, they showed a close-up of Caleb Williams biting his lip very awkwardly, like in a kind of way. That was weird. That was weird. The 4th and 2 St. Brown catch against the Ravens. The clincher before Montgomery got in the end zone. That's a good one. Goff in the gun. Is that Montgomery lined up to his right? I think. Goff takes the snap. Looking to throw over the middle. It's batted at the line. That could have been a false. Decker's gotten away with like 4 false starts in this game. He's been towing the line. He's been really close on some of these. But second and goal. Now 2:51 to go for the Lions. For 2:51 to go in the third quarter for both of these teams, actually. It's not just the Lions. Second and goal for the Lions, though. From the 9-yard line. Back in the Wildcat. Okay, this has to be the throw. This has got to be the one where they throw it. Montgomery, in the gun, takes the snap, fakes it to Gibbs. Now he's going to run it himself, and he's going to pick up 3 yards. You've run the Wildcat 3 times, and you're telling me David Montgomery hasn't thrown the ball yet? Come on. I'm like a fiend. I'm itching for it. Give it to me. I need my David Montgomery passing touchdown. Nope, he's coming out of the game. Come on, man. Come on. Just give me something cool. Read option out of Wildcat is diabolical, though. Goff alone in the gun. Takes the snap. Looking to throw. Dumps it off. Williams. He's too far for Williams. Goff missed him. Red zone play calling has been an adventure in this game, man. So the Lions are going to have to kick a field goal. Although I will say, if you're ever going to break out a fake field goal, I'm just saying a fake field goal would hit. 25-yard field goal attempt for Bates. Come on, you could fake this. You could fake this. You could fake this. Nope. Kick is up and good. So 25-yard field goal for Jake Bates, and the Lions take a 16-0 lead. Favorite moment, probably Gibbs getting a touchdown in the first play of overtime against the Giants. Dude, the stream for that Giants game, oh my lord, was that electric. That was so fun. I'm thinking real hard. I don't think I could decide on favorite moment, but the Gibbs set, another overtime touchdown pick. That's you two jinxed each other. Good one. My podcast co-host Alex Strain just being like, where has this been? Where has this been? The defensive performance, that is, not the offensive. Okay, let me rack my brain. What? Didn't realize we picked the same one. That's okay. You're allowed to pick the same one. Let's see. Just the fourth quarter of the Ravens game is up there. Every defensive snap from the Buccaneers game is up there, I'm not going to lie. Like the Legion of Whom game. Giants overtime would be up there. There certainly hasn't been as many moments as last year. Last year had so many. There were so many to pick from. Like last offseason, I made a top 10 moments of the Lions season. Like I had a series of videos that walked through like the best moments of last year. And it was kind of hard to pick some of the items on that list, right? Like I have to revisit. Actually, what was that list? Let me see. There was there was the fourth down to set up the game-winning field goal against the Packers last year. There was the the pettiness of the Cowboys game and just all of the shenanigans, like the hook and ladder to Penei Sewell, trying to throw it to Taylor Decker, just all of that. There was the Amon-Ra to Jared Goff touchdown in the Seahawks game. The Kirby Joseph pick six to flip the script on that game in Lambeau. The first hook and ladder last year in Arizona. The David Montgomery overtime drive against the Rams in week 1. The Bears doing whatever they did on Thanksgiving in the last 30 seconds. The Jake Bates, the field goals at the end of the Houston games, like the 2 58-yarders that squeaked in by this much to help the Lions win that one. Stumble bum. And then obviously Gibbs going supersonic against the Vikings in week 18. Like, there was a lot of moments. Hutch interception was also pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty good. My favorite was when we had the revenge game against the Commanders on Donald Trump Day and we blew them out. That's fair. Yeah, Gibbs went crazy in that game. I do wish Jaden Daniels had played, though. It would have just made it better. As Bates' kick is away, it'll be fielded in the end zone for a touchback. Milwaukee. What? Sorry, that caught me so off guard. Milwaukee. The first half of the Rams game was also fire. Yeah. Oh, man. When JMO caught that touchdown against the Rams to end the first half, almost to end the first half, and then Puka did stuff, and then the Rams did stuff to us, so it wasn't funny. But, yeah, the first half of that Rams game was good. Williams under center. He's going to play action. He's under pressure. He's running for his life. Williams just going to chuck it over the middle. Incomplete. He had Loveland. Almost a Herculean effort by Caleb. Lions pressure getting there. 2:04 to go in the third quarter. Oh my lord, a Mekhi Wingo pressure. Maybe we shouldn't have healthy scratched him the entire season because he can rush the passer, something that no one on this team can do from the interior. My lord. That's a lie, Ellie McNeil can, but he's not here. Wingo getting some run here in the second half. Williams in the gun, back to his left. It's going to be a delayed handoff to Monangai, cuts it back left, now cuts it back up the middle, lowers the shoulder. He's going to pick up 6 yards on that play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Lions-Rams was such a roller coaster. Well, it was a roller coaster until the Lions went, they climb, they go all the way to the top, and then they, you get over the hill, you shoot back down to the bottom, and then they hit a roadblock, and then they stopped climbing. It was just down, except then they kept going down, and kept going down, and kept going down, and it never stopped. And then they were just in free fall. 3rd and 4 here for Caleb, back to his left. Moore was in motion there. Now he takes the snap. Williams throws it over the middle, caught. Luther Burden getting his first catch of the game. That's going to be a first down up just over midfield. Inside of a minute to go in the third quarter. Oh, he almost dropped that. As Hutchinson tried to get a little bit of pressure there. Better job by Wright on that play, but Hutchinson has been dominating Wright all game. Hutchinson's just been dominant in general all game. 1st and 10 for Williams from the Lions 49. Man in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Monangai off the right side. He's going to lower the shoulder. He's going to pick up 2 yards there. Ball's out. Recovered by the Lions. They blew the whistle early. They're going to say that forward progress was stopped. And that'll be a gain of 2. Oh, if they let that play go an extra second, that's Lions football. Now, the Bears do not need to snap this ball. The play clock has an extra second on it. They will line up, undoubtedly, and they will try to draw the lines off sides. 11 to go in the third. 10, 9, 8. Oh, they do snap it. Williams looking right. Now he's going to throw over the middle. Caught. Burden. All kinds of green grass. He falls down, though. Inside the 35, down to the 34 of the Lions. And that will be the end of the third quarter. So Chicago moving the ball. They're around field goal range, but we are through 3 quarters where the Lions defense is pitching a shutout in Chicago. I don't think anyone would have predicted that. Regardless, The Lions up 16-0 as we enter the fourth, but the Bears are moving the football effectively. Down to the 33, my bad. The Cardinals just took the lead on the Rams. I beg your pardon. Is Stafford not playing anymore? Stafford is still playing. I beg your pardon. What is happening? I'm sorry? Does no one feel like showing up for these games in week 18? Like, guys, you have stuff to play for. If you're okay, that actually makes this really interesting, though, because if the Rams lose, that would mean that a Lions win would secure a Bears first-round matchup with the Rams, who could definitely beat the Bears. That's interesting. That is fascinating. What a weird day it's been in the NFL. Yeah, Matt Harmon correctly pointing this out. Very questionable defense in the NFC playoff field this year. Between the Niners, who are good when healthy, but they're just destroyed. You've got the Bears, who we are proving suck on defense. You've got the Packers, who are beat up. You've got the Rams, who have a questionable secondary. There's going to be some fireworks in the playoffs this year. Seattle has a really good defense. Philly has a really good defense. But you've got 5 of 6 teams that are not great defensively. Well, the Rams are good defensively. They're just not great. Fascinating. This is going to be the ultimate test this year. Does defense win championships? Because you've got teams like the Seahawks, who, let's be honest, we're all questioning Sam Darnold a little bit. You've got teams like the Texans. Let's be honest, their offense is kind of suspect, but both of those teams have wicked defenses. Would anyone be surprised? Or the Broncos have a really good defense, and Bo Nix can do things sometimes. So I don't know. I don't know how we feel about that. So to start this fourth quarter, there's a flag. What was that? What just happened? The ref threw the flag and now he's talking about it. What's going on? Neutral zone infraction on the Lions. All right. Way to start the fourth quarter, boys. Who is it on? Is it on Lacey? What are you doing, Lacey? Show me a replay. Fox, please. Fox. Broadcast. Show me. I'm going to boycott these guys. I can't. But 1st and 5 now. Williams under center, Monangai the back, bunch of tight ends in the game, takes the snap, gives it to Monangai. He's going to cut up the middle, picks up 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 2. Entering the third quarter, Williams is still under 100 yards passing. So very doubtful that he's going to get to the 270 mark, as he would need a beyond Herculean fourth quarter. So from the 25 now, 2nd and 2, Williams in the gun. Burden in motion. Lions are in zone. Williams. Campbell was ready to blitz. Williams takes the snap. Blitz is coming. Williams throws it to the end zone. Open. Touchdown. Walker beats Amik Robertson. And the Bears finally, Jade, that's what his first name was. Jade Walker. And the Bears are on the board. But now comes the 2-point conversion. I mean, dude, what was that? What was that? There's just no one in the middle. There's just no one there. If it was man, then Amik is just horrifically behind his man. If it was zone, which I think it was, then there's just no deep safety. Like, okay. 2-point attempt now. This is actually big. Will this stay a 2-point game or a 2-possession game, or will it be a 1-possession game? Williams under center. Monangai is the back. Williams, man in motion, takes the snap, gives it to Monangai off the left side. Monangai into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And this is a one-score game, folks. This is a one-score game. The Bears trying to hype up the crowd as they finally get going on offense. So good for them. 14-16 to go in the fourth quarter, and we're immediately going back to a commercial break because why would we ever stay with the action? We got 14 of you in here. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, folks. Takes a second, helps the channel grow. Let's get a poll going here. Let's see how you guys are feeling about this one. As the Bears are on the board now. That was some brutal coverage. I'm not gonna lie. I would like to know what happened there. It was Maddox. Okay, yeah, I'm not crazy. It was zone, and Amik was just he was in kind of a cover 3. And Avonte Maddox was the deep safety, and he bit, and he abandoned his post, and that left Walker wide open. I was going to say, there's no way Amik got beat that horrifically. Oh, Williams now has the most pass yards in a single season in Bears history. However, it's with a 17th game, and more importantly, he still hasn't gotten to that magic number. But we're not going to talk about that yet. Not going to talk about that yet. So yeah, 15 of you in here. How are we doing, folks? How are we doing? How's the rest of the league doing? I wonder. What's going on in Denver? Sounds like fans are booing the offense over in Denver. Broncos up 13-3. But they just punted as well. So they should be the number 1 seed, but we'll see. Chiefs are down 9-6 to the Raiders. Man, what a mid-off that is. What a mid-off that is. All right, back to the action in Chicago as the Bears are getting set to kick this one away. Santos. Boots it away. And that'll be fielded at the 8, up to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 31 goes Tom Kennedy. And the Lions offense will take over. So, man, Goff's been good today. Goff was at his best under pressure in week 2. He was 5 of 6 for 141 under pressure in week 2. Got more reps under pressure. He's still been efficient. All right, 1st and 10 for the Lions at the 31. Gibbs is the back. Goff is in shotgun. Takes the snap. Goff looking, throws it over the middle, caught Khalif Raymond. Over the 40, over the 45, over midfield, down to the at the 50, my bad. And just like that, the Lions are up to midfield. A 19-yard reception for Khalif Raymond. And again, Goff under pressure, making a great play. Jalen Johnson got beat by Raymond. Oh, good stutter by Raymond on that route. Just kind of did a little like gallop, like half step, like a little hop step like you would see in basketball. Goff under center. Gibbs is the back. Goff, Tesla in motion. Takes the snap. Gives it to Gibbs off the left side. Gibbs. He's going to make a man miss in the gap, and he's going to pick up 9 yards there. Good running for Gibbs. Hasn't been as explosive, but he's been a lot more consistent down to down than he has been in a lot of these games down the stretch. The Lions' run game has been a joke for the last month and a half, 2 months. But Gibbs, 89 total yards, touchdown. He's been all right. Would still like him to get his 50th career touchdown. That'd be cool. Goff in the gun. Gibbs to his right. Goff. 2nd and 1. Takes the snap. Tosses to Gibbs off the right side. Gibbs trying to get to the edge. He can't. Gains nothing. Maybe gains half a yard. Sets up a 3rd and short. This is where you bring in David Montgomery and you just pound it up the gut. Don't get fancy. Just simply pound it up the gut. Well, Montgomery's in the game. Are they going to listen to me? Oh my lord, are they actually going to do a smart thing on a 3rd and short situation? I don't believe it. Oh, this has got to be a trick play. What is happening here? Goff and pistol with Montgomery behind him and a tight end to his right. Gives it to Montgomery. Montgomery looking to throw. He was looking to throw back to Goff. And the Bears were ready for it. I've been begging you for a Montgomery pass out of Wildcat all game, and you finally break out the Montgomery pass, and that's what you do? Oh, brother. To be fair, a little bit of reap what you sow. I did ask for it. Funny enough, Tesla's kind of open downfield, but yeah, you should have thrown it away though, Monty. You should have thrown it away. So 4th and 6, the Lions are lined up to punt now, and Jack Fox will punt it away. You could have thrown it away, Montgomery. You could have thrown it away, and we could have had a 4th and 1. What? I know, Millhouse. I know. What was that? 19 of you in here. What was that? Okay, that's too cute. I guess the boys are done doing things. They tried to do a thing. They did try a thing. I'll give them credit for trying a thing. The Bears were just ready for it. And also, again, why don't you have a bailout option? The bailout option needs to be better than accept a sack. That's why he's a running back. I mean, yeah, fair. That is fair. You know what? I don't expect David Montgomery to have the wherewithal to throw it away there. Because in his mind, he's probably like, oh, it's not open. I better run. Which, is pretty much the mentality that like Justin Fields has. So David Montgomery, we've confirmed, has about the quarterback awareness of Justin Fields. I don't know why Justin Fields is catching a stray. Don't ask me about that. Don't ask. But yeah. So the Bears down by 8 are getting the ball back. And yeah. Yeah. With that, so this is back to the Williams. He eclipsed Eric Kramer from the 1995 season for passing yards in a single season. Some records are meant to be broken after 3 decades. Justin Fields couldn't even throw a straight. That's also true. Or actually, every throw he made was a stray. But yeah. Not great by the Lions. Their trick plays have not worked today. They've tried the Wildcat 3 times now. None of those runs have really done anything. They've tried a Montgomery pass. That didn't end up working. And they tried a double reverse flea flicker, double reverse lateral back to Goff, which also did not work. It also very quickly failed. So the Lions are technically 0 for 5 on trick plays today in terms of success rate. So maybe stop doing trick plays. As my broadcast was glitched out for a second there and kept playing the same single frame from an ad. Well, good for Caleb Williams. Now the important thing is don't let him get 4,000. That's all I care about. They're starting from the 12, though. He has 114, so don't let him get 156. Why? Oh, my lord. My broadcast just went back to a commercial, even though the Bears are lined up for a play. So I'm going to miss whatever this play is. Thank you so much, Canadian Broadcasting, for making me miss that. Or DAZN, whatever. Oh, and we're back. And it looks like it was a run of 0 yards for Swift. Literally, Williams lines up in shotgun, and I get hit with a FanDuel commercial. I don't know if that happened to everyone, but it definitely just happened to me. 1 yard gain for Swift on that play. Inside of 11 minutes to go, we're down to 10:57, 56, 55. As the Bears looking to even up this game, Lions defense looking for another stop. Williams in the gun, back to his left. Williams gets set, takes the snap. He's going to throw it right, caught Colston Loveland, and that'll be a first down up to the 22-yard line. 9-yard gain there, right to the stick. Colston Loveland has had so many catches in this game. What is he up to? Is that 8 or 9 catches for Loveland in this game? He's up to 7, my bad. But no one else has more than 2. So I guess I should account for the fact that Williams only has 13 completions. So more than half of them are to Loveland as he takes the snap, and the snap is over Williams' head. It's rolling back inside the 5. Now Williams just going to chuck it downfield, and that should honestly be grounding to an extent. I guess there was a receiver in the area. But that snap goes over Williams' head. I will say, I'll give Caleb credit. At least 50% of quarterbacks just fall on that ball there. Now, granted, that was a Williams mistake. It just goes through his hands. But good wherewithal by Caleb to just pick it up and rip it downfield. To no one, but it avoids like a 15-yard loss. 2nd and 10 now. Williams with the back to his right. Man in motion as Komet takes the snap. Williams, he's under pressure, running for his life. Williams throws it on the run, incomplete. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Good pressure by Hutchinson there. Hutchinson forcing the left tackle back multiple yards and forcing Caleb on the move. Hutchinson has been a game wrecker today. Honestly, in terms of pure disruption, it might be Hutchinson's best game of the season. Hutchinson's been a dog today. 3rd and 10, 9:54 to go. Williams with a back to his right. Lions showing a little bit of pressure here. And they're sending a blitz. Williams, he gets picked up. He dumps it off. Komet caught, and that'll be a first down. Chicago, he stays on his feet, and he's going to get up to the 40. Gain of 19, 41. Gain of 19 there for Cole Komet. Lions send a blitz, and it doesn't work. And Rodriguez just can't react in time. It's a good play by the Bears. And you know that everyone and their mother knows that the Lions are running man in that situation. So they run 0, beat them over the middle. 1st and 10 now from the 41. Williams in the gun with the back to his left. Loveland in motion. Takes the snap. Quick throw outside to Burden. Burden cuts up field. Lot of room. Luther Burden first down. Over midfield. Down to the Lions 47. You know, maybe we should consider, guys, Chicago is just simply a 4th quarter team. Because, I don't know about you guys, this feels eerily similar to the Packers and Bears game from a couple weeks ago, where the Bears had absolutely nothing going through 3 quarters, and then in the 4th quarter they did things, and they came back and won. Inside of 8:30 to go, Williams in the gun takes the snap. Williams, all day to throw. Dumps it off right side to Swift, who's going to get hit hard by Rodriguez. That's going to be a gain of 8. Swift tried to stop up to make a miss, and Rodrigo was having none of that. But it is a gain of 8, and that's going to take us inside of the 8-minute mark. DJ Moore is getting looked at on the sideline. Non-contact injury. He's standing up, so he looks okay. Ankle? Or maybe it was like a hammy, groin, something like that. Something happened while he was stopping up there. 2nd and 2, Williams alone in shotgun. Bears have abandoned the run. Williams takes the snap, looking to throw. A 3-man rush over the middle. Wide open is Loveland. Inside the 20, inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line goes Colston Loveland. The Lions defense, that's the Lions defense I know. And the Bears are roaring back to life in the 4th quarter. Good throw by Williams. Bad defense. No one was within 5 yards of Loveland there. Just don't let Caleb get the record or get 4,000, please. He's within 100 though. He's getting close. 7-12, 7-11 to go. Williams back in the backfield. He's going to, it's a play action. He's running right. Williams looking end zone. Now he's just going to take off. And he's going to, well, he had an angle. He could have picked up like 3 or 4 yards. Instead, he goes past the line of scrimmage and then darts backwards out of bounds. Little bit of a strange play from Williams, but 1 yard gain. Clock is ticking inside of 7 minutes. 6:45, 44, 43, 42 to go. 2nd and 9 from the 11-yard line. So it's basically an elongated 1st and goal situation here. Williams alone in shotgun. Man in motion is Burden. Williams takes the snap. Williams looking left, throwing left, caught. Colston Loveland down to the 3 or 4 yard line. We're inside of 6 minutes to go. The Bears are taking their sweet time. If they don't get a 2-point conversion here, Lions are going to be able to kill some time. Actually, even if they get it, the Lions, when they get the ball back, if they can go on a decent drive, they're going to be able to take some time off the clock. Our offense needs to win the game next time they get the ball. Absolutely. 3rd and 1. Under center is Williams. Swift is the back. 5:56, 55, 54 to go. Williams. Man in motion is Komet. Takes the snap. Gives it to Swift off the left side. Cuts it back right. Now he cuts it back up the middle. Swift inside the 1. However, there is a flag. It's on the Lions. There's a flag down and it's on the Lions, so it's not going to matter anyways. What's the flag? Hold on. They're calling a holding on Makai Wingo. I'd very much like to see this because holdings on a run play against the defense are very rare. As the Lions are going to put their jumbo set in the game. Where is it? Where is Wingo? There he is. He's the one who gets held, if anything. That's, I mean, it doesn't matter because Swift got the first down, but that was a very bizarre call. So 1st and goal from the 1. Monongai in the game. Jumbo set for the Bears. Jumbo set for the Lions. Williams under center. Takes the snap. Fakes it to Monongai. Looking to throw over the middle. It's caught. Colston Loveland. Man, Caleb Williams has loved targeting this kid. Touchdown, Chicago. His 10th reception of the game. Yep, he held on. And it makes it a 2-point game. And now the Bears will go for 2 to try to tie things up. Now, of course, whether or not they get this will have a large impact on the rest of the game, because if they don't get it, then the Lions are just in a position to try to run out some clock and get one more stop. But if I almost want the Bears to get it so that the Lions have more urgency on offense. But 5:25 to go. 2-point attempt for the Bears. Williams under center. Man in motion is Burden. Takes the snap. Fakes it to Monongai. Williams. Hutchinson got held there. Now he's going to throw back across his body. Oh, what a catch by Cole Kmet to tie the game. He got popped on that one. And we are all tied up, folks. Whoo! Good catch. Good catch. Hutchinson was complaining because the offensive lineman, he blew by Darnell Wright quickly and then he got checked by Monongai, which slowed him up. And then it looked like Wright grabbed at his right leg and kind of held him there. But it is what it is. Tie game. I'm going to have to switch to whiskey. You do that. So 5:25 to go, folks. The game is tied. How are we feeling? 19 of you in here. And just like that, 3 good quarters mean nothing. Yeah, well, that's typically how it goes. And that is why the Lions' questionable offensive or red zone play calling that's what it is. So, but good play by Williams and Loveland to have a good connection there. Tom Kennedy questionable to return. I imagine the Lions have a decent chance of scoring here because they aren't going to be trying anything cute. They're just going to run and play north-south football again. So we'll see. I will say this is a big test for the Bears defense. You've done good at keeping the Lions out of the end zone, but the Lions have still gotten yards, and so Bears defense, this is your last chance to tune up before the playoffs. Is you've got all the momentum. If you're a Bears fan, you probably want to see your defense come out and make a statement here. It would almost be better, like obviously a turnover would be great, but it would almost be better to just be like, no, you're just not going to beat us, and force a 3-and-out or force a punt or whatever it may be. Bear down, welcoming Game Master. Hope you're enjoying the game. Well, sorry, let me rephrase that. Hope you're enjoying the fourth quarter. Because I'm willing to bet you did not enjoy the first 3 quarters, but I hope you're enjoying the fourth quarter. Why can't I have a stress-free game? You must be new here. You're new to being a sports fan? That's just how it goes. That's what we get when we have hope. Guys, remember, a loss is actually, if you want better draft position, a loss is actually the preferable outcome. And to be honest, I didn't care about whether or not the Lions won this game. I just wanted them to show a pulse. They showed a pulse. They did what I asked of them. If they win, cool. If they lose, better draft pick. Doesn't really matter. You either win and you force the Bears to play an NFC West team, as this is going to, it's going to bounce in play and then into the end zone. So the Lions are going to start with the ball at their own 20, I believe, unless they hit the goal line first. And if you lose, then you're going to have either the 13th or the 14th pick. I just wanted a fun game. It's been kind of boring. It's a shame because the Lions are moving the ball. They've just stalled out in the red zone. They have 5 failed trick plays by my estimate. They're just getting too cute, man. Too cute. 5:25 to go. Lions start with the ball on offense. Let's see how much time they can burn if they're going to go answer that score, as the Bears fans are getting rowdy. So the Lions starting from their own 20. Goff motions under center. Gibbs is the back. Goff takes the snap. He's looking to throw. He's looking for a bubble screen. He gets it out. Nope, he overthrows Gibbs. One of the Bears' defensive linemen was in the way and forced Goff to put a little too much air on that one. Here's a highlight from the Rams game. Oh, okay. So the Rams are going to win. They stopped messing around. So I got to check on the Eagles game real quick. Eagles we're scoreboard watching, are tied 17-17. So if the Bears win, they're playing the Packers. If they lose, they're possibly playing depending on the Eagles score, they're probably playing the Niners again, which both matchups would be fun in their own right. 2nd and 10, Goff under center, Gibbs is the back, takes the snap, fakes it to Gibbs. Goff throws it to St. Brown. He's only going to get 3 yards there. Okay. So 3rd down, we're inside of 5 minutes. You know that Bears fans are going to be loud for this play. So let's see it. 3rd and 6. Let's see it, boys. Let's see you step up. I mean, I know this game doesn't matter, but this is going to be... The Lions have been horrible in the key moments in pretty much every game this season, for the most part, especially the losses. So let's see it. Goff in the gun, back to his right is Gibbs. 4, 39, 38, 37. Goff takes the snap, looking to throw. Goff hits Williams in motion. Jameson Williams up over the 35, over the 40, over midfield, and ducks out of bounds in Chicago territory. Jameson Williams. Wow, a whole 3 yards. Calm down. I can't take so much excitement. There's your excitement. There's your excitement. Jamo flying on a low crossing route, and Jalen Johnson, great corner. He's not that fast. And Jameson Williams, number 26, right there. He went to take an angle on Jamo, and he was like, oh boy. He realized that was a problem real quick. So up to the Lions 46. He must have stepped out of bounds early. Montgomery in the game now, inside of 4:30 to go. Goff, Gibbs in motion. He's going to give it to Montgomery off the right side. Montgomery going to run through a few arm tackles and pick up a gain of 4. And that's going to get the clock inside of 4 minutes to go. People hate when I say this, but Packers, Eagles, 49ers, Commanders, when they were the Redskins, beat us 2 times or more in the playoffs, and 3 out of the 4 have been losing for decades. Yeah, I mean, is what it is. Goff takes the snap, gives it to Gibbs off the right side. Gibbs gonna weave through traffic. He's gonna break a tackle. Ooh, just shy of the line to gain. That's gonna bring up 3rd and inches. Just run it up the middle with Montgomery, please. Don't overthink this. Up the gut to Montgomery. Down to the Bears' 45-yard line. One more play should get this thing inside of 3 minutes to go, and then the Lions are able to control everything. I mean, it's not a bad thing to point out. There's something about playing well against those kind of teams. Against, like, teams that have knocked you out in the playoffs or that are always in the playoffs. 3rd and 1, Gibbs still in the game. Gibbs gets the ball. Gibbs, first down, inside the 40, down to the 39 of the Bears. The Lions knocking on the door of field goal range as we are inside of 3 minutes to go, folks. Now Goff. With this Lions team, I mean, Montgomery's in the game. You probably just give it to Montgomery. You run it one more time, and you're at the 2-minute warning, and you can maybe get in field goal range. 1st and 10 from the 39.5. Inside of 2:40 to go. Goff takes the snap, gives it to Montgomery off the left side. Montgomery, he's going to break free. Montgomery, he's going to get a first down and ducks out of bounds right around the line to gain, and he knows that he wanted to he knows that he was supposed to stay in bounds there, but great blocking on the edge, great running by Montgomery. Oh, he shook TJ Edwards in the gap there. Good wiggle by Monty. Been a good game for Montgomery. So 2nd and 1 with 2:30 to go. Give it to Montgomery, gain that 1 yard, and then we'll hit the 2-minute warning. But the Lions they're at the Bears 30, so they're pretty much in field goal range. So Goff, 2nd and 1. Oh, that guy jumped early. Billings went early again. That's the 2nd time this game that he's jumped. All kinds of flags down. That's 2nd time that Billings, the nose tackle, has just tried to jump through the gap. And he's just a little too eager. I will say, when's the last time you guys saw 2 encroachment penalties in a game? We've talked about it. I talked about it earlier, where you don't really see encroachments. You see it, neutrals in infraction. You see offsides, but you don't really see encroachments anymore. And Billings has 2 today. So that's interesting. We got 28 of you in here. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, folks, as the Lions have a fresh set of downs. 2:30 to go. Montgomery lining up. Okay, in the backfield. Just run it and get to the 2-minute warning. Nope, we're going to throw it. Goff. Stop doing the bubble screen. Tries to set up a bubble screen to Montgomery, and that's incomplete. The Lions are just they're just doing stupid things. Stop getting cute. You guys know it's an old interview clip of Russell Westbrook just being like, "That's cute, man." I'm pretty sure that's going to be the entire post-game video. Is just like every time I bring up the Lions offense, just, it's cute, man. Too cute. 85 yards in the second half. The offense has slowed down significantly. And now they're in disarray. 2nd and 10. A lot of bodies on the line for the Bears. Takes the snap. Looking to throw. Blitz coming. Throws it outside. Incomplete. Oh, boy. That made sense for Chicago to save time. Yeah, honestly, it probably did. 3rd and 10. The Lions have managed to manufacture a situation where all you had to do was stay in bounds and you would have gotten, oh, there's a flag down. Are they calling that grounding? St. Brown was sort of in the area. Goff thought it was an out route. Ooh, that might be grounding. I think that's grounding. So the Lions were in complete control of this game. And I don't just mean like, oh, they were up 16-0. No, like 2 seconds ago, they just came here, lost a 16-point lead. Yeah, Declan, that's... The Bears decided to come to life in the fourth quarter. The Lions had they had a chance for a first down. All they had to do was stay in bounds, and they could have had a first down at the 2-minute warning. You could drag this game any direction you want. And now you have 3rd and 20. You're barely in field goal range. So 3rd and 20. Goff takes the snap, looking to throw. He's going to throw it deep over the middle. It's tipped and picked inside the 10. And Kevin Byard going to return it up to the 26. The line... You can't make this up, dude. You cannot make this up. The Lions managed to take a perfect situation and do whatever that was with their offense. This is absolutely hysterical. And if that doesn't summarize the Lions season, this drive, I don't know what will. Because the Lions, again, all you had to do, if David Montgomery stays in bounds there, you have a 1st and 10 at the 2-minute warning. And you end up, we haven't even hit the 2-minute warning because the Lions decided that they were just going to start passing the ball relentlessly. Incomplete, with an intentional grounding, interception. Too cute, man. Too cute. The one thing not to do. Yep. So with 2:11 to go, Williams under center, back in the backfield. Couple tight ends in the game. Williams takes the snap, looking to throw. Quick throw to Burden, deflected. Davenport almost picked that off. That would have been crazy. Now the Bears are getting too cute. Can we just stop getting too cute, fellas? Ben Johnson, Dan Campbell, you guys, you are cut from the same cloth. Stop getting too cute. Well, it's nice watching the game on your channel. Hope the Lions organization can get this right so they can be a playoff team again next year and get to the Super Bowl in the future. That's the hope. Thanks for being here, Joel. You've been a very loyal listener, so thank you for being here all season. I just don't want a losing record. Williams, play action. He's on the move. He's going to get hit. Throws on the run. Incomplete. There is not a receiver in sight. That's intentional grounding, or should be. But happy to have you here, Declan. Good to see you. That should be intentional grounding. There's not a receiver in the area. Most Lions thing we could have lined. We out-lioned ourselves, and I knocked myself out with a facepalm. Yeah, flags. Woo! We love flags. Because, yeah, good blitz by the Lions. Rock Yassin came on. Oh, Loveland tripped. That's why. Actually, you know what? So, that all happens. That's a chain reaction. It's DJ Reader drives the center Drew Dahlman backwards off the snap. As a result, Loveland trips over Dahlman, meaning he's not able to get over to chip Rock Yassin, meaning Rock Yassin comes unblocked off the edge, meaning that Williams gets hit and he gets an intentional grounding as a result. All because DJ Reader with a good jump off the line. So 3rd and 20 now. Williams alone in the gun. Hutchinson lined up off the line. He's doing the Myles Garrett thing. Burden in motion, takes the snap. Williams all day just checks it down to Monangai, who's going to break one tackle, but he's going to be forced out of bounds at the 31 as we hit the 2-minute warning. And the Lions are going to get the ball back, I guess. What is this game? This is this is exactly what I expected, honestly. Why would anything be simple or straightforward when it's the Lions and the Bears? You've got Dan Campbell, who is just the cardiac king merchant. You've got Ben Johnson, who, like Dan Campbell, likes to get cute in some of these situations. Both of these teams are messing up in exactly the same way, which is honestly, it's pretty poetic if you think about it. We got 35 of you in here. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, folks. Only takes a second, helps the channel grow if this is your first time here. If it's not, well, actually, I don't really care. Regardless, happy to have you here. And regardless, make sure you come say hi in the chat. How are we feeling? How are we feeling? I just want a winning season. That's totally fair. And it does mean something still. So, this is... Let's see if the Lions can... I don't even know how to describe this, because they were in the midst of pulling defeat out of the jaws of victory, but now they've done that. But now the Lions and Bears are just playing hot potato, and they're like Like, no, I insist, you take it. No, you take it. I don't want it. You take. No, please, you take it. Like, neither team wants to win this game right now. Now let's do a quick check-in on the rest of the league. The Rams are about to win against the Cardinals, meaning that they will pass the Niners for the 5 seed. The Washington Commanders have 3rd and goal from the Eagles 1 with a chance to take the lead, and they did just take the lead. The Washington Commanders are up 24-17 with 2:32 to go in the game against the Eagles. So if the Eagles lose, this doesn't matter, and the Bears are playing the Packers next week. And obviously, if the Bears win, they'll play the Packers anyways. But in terms of playoff seeding, that is significant. It is significant. So, here we go, folks. Are the Bears going to punt it is the question. 4th and 5, you kind of have to, don't you? 4th and 5 from your own 30, because if you don't get it, the Lions are just going to win. So you kind of have to punt it and trust your defense, which is not a phrase I'm sure Bears fans are used to saying this season, but at least not happily. But we'll see, man. We shall see. They are lined up to punt. So a buck 55 to go. Bears getting ready to punt. And the punt is away. It is going to be fielded by Raymond back at the 23. Raymond running wide up to the 25. Up to the 30. Now he's going to spin out of a tackle up to the 35. Ducks out of bounds. Well, gets forced out of bounds at the 37. Pulling defeat out of the jaws of victory is hilarious. Well, you've heard it the other way, right? You've heard pulling victory out of the jaws of defeat. But, Josh Johnson rushing touchdown. Let's go. Shout out the Commanders, man. Playing spoiler, kind of. Eagles-Niners is going to be a crazy game next week if that's what ends up happening. That'd be a crazy game. Minute 41 to go. Lions have 2 timeouts. Time is not the enemy. You're at your own 37. You probably need 25 yards. A buck 41 to go. You probably could run the ball too. Bears have a lot of guys on the line though. Amon-Ra on motion. Goff takes the snap. Tosses to Gibbs off the left side. Gibbs has to cut back up the middle. Makes a man miss. Gibbs lowers the shoulder. He's going to pick up 9 yards there to start this drive and get over the 45. And there is an injured... Nope. I was going to say injured bear. No, there's not an injured bear. So the Lions are letting the clock wind because, again, time is not the enemy and you almost have to take time off the clock. Lions near midfield. Jake Bates, he's missed a field goal in this game, but if there's one thing that I will say about Bates, he is clutch. Goff under center. Gibbs is the back. Inside of a minute to go, Goff takes the snap, gives it to Gibbs off the left side, up the middle. Gibbs, he's going to pick up a first down. And now is where you got to start picking up the pace a little bit. You got to start picking up the pace a little bit. You got to start picking up. Okay, with 40 seconds left. Oh, that's actually fascinating. So there's an injured bear on the field, which means the Bears are actually going to be the ones charged with a timeout. So that actually gives the Lions an extra stop of the clock. They retain both their timeouts, and there's 40 seconds to go. We could run out of time. Yeah, the Lions were taking their sweet time there. It took a minute for you to get 11 yards. Like, I'm all for wasting time. Let's get into field goal range before we start wasting time. How about? But it looks like this is a fairly serious injury, so we're going to go to a commercial break as the training staff will tend to that injured bear. I will say Dan Campbell's play calls in these key moments has been very questionable. Time management, horrible. I mean, yeah, I understand the philosophy, right? And I was saying it too. You want this to be the last possession. The goal is you kick a field goal as time expires, walk-off field goal, hooray, we're all happy. However, you got to get into field goal range first. I'm all for wasting time. I'm not for wasting time when you're not in field goal range, because then you're going to back yourself into a corner. And I would rather, like, if you're down to the Bears 35, Bears 30, then you can run it. You can run play action. You can do whatever you want, and the Bears won't know what hit them. But when you're on your side of the 50 Let's pick up the pace a little bit. But the clock is stopped, 40 seconds to go. Unless they reset the clock, maybe? They're going to add 2 seconds to the clock, so it's going to be 42 seconds to go. Wow. Here's your stat of the day, folks. In the last 2 decades, the last 20 years, there have been only 7 rookie tight ends that have had more than 700 receiving yards in their rookie season. 3 of them have happened this year, with Tyler Warren in Indianapolis, Colston Loveland here in Chicago, and Harold Fannin over in Cleveland. As that's CJ Gardner-Johnson that's down. It's his right arm. I don't know if it's concussion or an arm injury, but didn't look good. So 42 seconds to go. Goff and the Lions, they have 2 timeouts. Let's pick up the pace here, fellas. Let's get into field goal range. Nope, Goff is going to stay under center. Tesla in motion. Goff takes the snap. Play action. Goff throws it over the middle. Caught. Amon-Ra St. Brown breaks out of a tackle. Inside the 30. Inside the 25. And the Lions are decidedly in field goal range now. There you go. See, now you can waste time. That's all we were waiting for. Great play by St. Brown. Fantastic play to spin out of that tackle attempt by Wright. Been a great day for Amon-Ra. And the Lions are in field goal range just like that. So was it a Bears timeout or a Lions timeout? It was a Bears timeout. They only have 1 remaining, so the Lions, they're from the 25. You can just run this a couple of times. Get it to the hash that you want. You could kneel it for all I care. But, yeah, we'll see. So from the left hash at the 26, Goff under center, Gibbs is the back. St. Brown in motion. The give is to Gibbs. Gibbs going to just kind of rumble forward for a gain of 1. And I presume the Bears are going to wait to use their last timeout on the attempt by Bates. So the Lions are going to wind this down. The last play of regulation will be a field goal attempt by Jake Bates for the win. And the time stopped with 8 seconds. So the Bears call their timeout with 8 seconds left. That's actually really good. You know what? That's good. If that's what they did, that's good. You know what I would do? I would call the timeout with like 7 seconds. Oh, no, the Lions called the timeout with... What? They called the timeout with 8 seconds remaining. Oh, I guess now they want to make sure that it's on the hash that Bates wants. Man, what a play by Maddox on that interception. And then what a horrible play by Maddox on the touchdown. Interesting game for Avonte Maddox, but is what it is. So we've got 46 of you in here. As this game is coming to near its end, 9 seconds to go. Goff under center. He's going to give it to Gibbs off the left side. Gibbs going to go to the left hash and duck down at the 24-yard line, where the Lions will call their final timeout with 2 seconds to go. So Jake Bates will come out. This will be about a 42-yard attempt for the win, folks. How we doing? How we feeling? How much do we trust Jake Bates? Or if you're a Bears fan, I don't know how much you care about this. But how we doing, folks? How are we doing? We got over 50 of you in here now. Be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, folks. It takes a second. It helps the channel grow. Jake Bates lining up a game-winning field goal attempt. Bears have a timeout. Will they ice him? I don't know. 42 yards for the win. The kick is up, and it is through. I don't think the Bears called their timeout. So the Detroit Lions will close out their season with a win in Chicago. And now the Bears will await the results of Eagles and Commanders to determine who they will play next weekend. The Detroit Lions, folks, have a winning season once again. Obviously, not the ending to the season that we want. However, credit where it's due for the Lions. I said coming into this game, show me that you still have a pulse, because they've looked so horrible the last month. They show a pulse. They beat a division rival. They sweep the Bears this season. And there's at least a little bit of amusement to be had in that. Okay, but now more importantly, don't go anywhere, folks. We got 59 of you in here, because now we're going to tune into Commanders and Eagles. And we have got some drama because the Eagles were trailing last I saw. And the Commanders have the ball back. How did that happen? So, second down, the Eagles are going to start calling timeouts. So a timeout from the Eagles and a first down from the Commanders will mean that the Bears still play the Packers, which honestly I want, because that would be fun. That would be fun. That would just be fun. Millhouse with a $5. Get a beer on me. Thank you so much, Millhouse, for the $5. Thank you so much for being a loyal listener this season. Appreciated you being in the chat. Appreciate all of you that have been here throughout the season. We got 43 of you in here. You guys have been an absolute pleasure this season. And even though the Lions season is over, it never stops for us. I will be streaming playoff games. So for you Lions fans that just want to watch some playoff games, I will be streaming at some point next weekend. And so be on the lookout for that. Walk off from Jake. David, my boy, that's your boy. Walk off from Mr. Bates as the Commanders with a run here. That's going to bring up 3rd and 3. First down for the Commanders will clinch a NFC North bowl next weekend. Yahoo winning record, absolutely. They showed a slow pulse, but a pulse. Congrats on the 50 viewers. Thank you so much, Social. You've been one of the among the most loyal this season. This is the start of something, folks. We still got 29 of you in here. Game Master said thanks for the stream. Thank you for being here, Game Master. Even though your Bears lost, you still get the last laugh winning the NFC North. So what's hilarious is the Lions finished last in the NFC North with a winning record. The Lions finished 9-8 and are last in the NFC North. The Lions their pick will be, I believe, 16th overall then. They'll have the 16th overall pick in the NFL draft, but they still get a 4th place schedule, finishing 9-8 as the Commanders run up the middle. Rodriguez is not going to get there. It's going to bring up a 4th and a long 2. So, Eagles call their final timeout. Will the Commanders go for this? Or will they not? If they don't, we're going to keep the stream going, folks. I will stay live through the end of Commanders-Eagles here just because it does impact the Bears, who lost to the Detroit Lions 19-16. Was it the best game in the world? No. But the Lions won, and that's all we really care about. So, still a winning season. Still a winning season. And you know what? That's it's nothing to sneeze at. There was a time not too long ago where we were begging for a winning season. So I want to make sure that we don't take for granted here as Lions fans just how far we've come in the Dan Campbell era to where 9-8 is rock bottom. Dan Campbell said it himself. The Lions are at rock bottom right now. And the offseason is going to require a long, extensive evaluation process. They're going to have to change some things as the punt is away for the Commanders. Fielded by the Eagles inside the 20. Returned up to the 20. 3 spins out of a tackle up to the 25. Up to the 28. So 53 seconds for the Eagles offense to work. And we'll see how if the Eagles win, they will host Green Bay. If they lose, they'll host San Fran. Wish the Eagles had done their job. Yeah, I guess, because now we're guaranteeing if the Eagles choke, which it looks like they're going to, we're going to guarantee that an NFC North team is going to play in the divisional round. But at the same time, that's the glass half empty version. The glass half full version is we guarantee an NFC North team loses next week if they play each other. So, pick your poison. Eagles, they do have their backups in, it is worth noting. And this first pass is going to be incomplete. I'm surprised the Eagles haven't pushed for a win more aggressively. So 2nd and 10. Who even is the Eagles backup? It is Oh, McKee. Was it Tanner McKee? Is it? Yeah, Tanner McKee. So, we'll see. 2nd and 10, 49 seconds to go. Basically, anything in bounds is bad for the Eagles here because they're still on their own 28. As McKee takes the snap, he's looking over the middle. He's on the run, under pressure, running for his life, throws it away. It doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Will they consider an intentional grounding here? Or he looked like he was outside the tackle box, but I don't know. And that'll bring up 3rd and 10. I will say, I told you guys I'm going to be streaming at some point next week. If it is Bears-Packers, I'm going to stream that game. If it's not Bears-Packers, we'll see what games I stream. But if it's Bears-Packers, I'm absolutely doing that stream. That would be electric. That'll be such a fun game. By the way, the Broncos are putting the finishing touches on an AFC victory, I guess. Oh, a sack by the Commanders defense. That's going to bring up 4th and forever, but the time is ticking. So the Broncos are going to be the 1 seed in the AFC. The Patriots are the 2 seed. The Rams jumped the 49ers to be the 5 seed. So the Rams are going to go play Carolina next weekend. 4th and 18 for the Eagles. Last play of the game, potentially. McKee takes the snap. He's under pressure again. He's just going to heave one down the right side, and that is out of bounds, incomplete. So the Washington Commanders upset the Eagles in Week 18, which means we are going to have an NFC North Bowl next weekend, folks. So I'm 100% going to stream Bears-Packers next weekend because that's going to be a blast. And then I will stream another game in there. I'm not sure which one. I'm just going to pick the one that I'm most looking forward to, and I'll stream that one as well. So thank you all so much for the support this season as we put a bow on the Lions season. The Lions finish 9-8. The Lions season is over. Obviously not the ending we wanted. However, I will say thank you so much to all of you guys because streaming these games, it's the first season that I've been streaming Lions games, and you guys have made it so much more enjoyable with the community that we've been able to build over the course of this season. When I started the season, I had like 150 subs, and I was streaming to 2 people, 3 people. And we end the season now. We peaked at 60 viewers on stream today, and we have almost 2,000 subscribers. The growth has been absolutely incredible in this first season, and we're not done. Obviously, we're going to keep grinding throughout the offseason, but that'll be it for Lions streams until the start of next season. So thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Have a good rest of your day and rest of your Sunday evening, and I will be back later in the week I'll be back later tonight with a Lions post game, and then I'll be back later in the week previewing the playoffs and doing some playoff coverage as well. So thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, my friends, cheers.